Okay, this is not the thing I wanted though.
Oh,
Hello! This is not the- I'm in the wrong outfit like an idiot because I was doing other stuff.
wait, you are?
Yeah, I am. Like a Dumbo.
Ori.
It's okay.
Oh my
I fixed
goodness.
it. I fixed
What
it!
were you thinking?
The music is too loud. Nothing, because the music is too loud and my brain is shut off. Quiet. Okay.
That's a mood, though.
What was I thinking? I'm thinking I made a freaking PowerPoint presentation for this evening. I think I did a lot more than was expected.
Yay! It actually shows my real name
Mars
in
rebranded
chat.
in Twitch.
Woohoo!
Woo!
I rebranded.
It'll always need more salt, Oscar.
Now I can't accidentally dox myself. Woohoo! We love that.
All right, guys. Hello and welcome. I'm glad, Nicole. I'm glad. This is just a
Ori
like
went
a
all out for
template
this presentation,
that we got.
you guys.
Yeah, I was inspired. Okay, I was like I was
can
lazy at work
tell.
today, and I didn't do this at work, but I did research at work.
I was about to say, yesterday you were flying through Windbreaker at
Okay.
a breakneck
My
pace.
job.
I was like, must be a very slow day over
there
there.
are two facets of my job. One facet is I'm driving around, getting out of my car, measuring trees, getting back in my car, driving to a new location until I get enough trees, and then I sit down at like a cafe and I do like an hour and a half of like data input. Okay, that's one option. Option number 2, technically there's 3 options. Option number 2 is I go to a place where people are digging at least one hole. And the best option is they're digging only one hole, but it takes them the whole day because it's a big hole. Or there's like stuff in the way. And then I have to hop out of my car every like 30 minutes to go look at the hole that they've dug to make sure they didn't mess up roots of a tree. And the best option is that they don't even encounter any roots at all. And so I'm just there because I gotta take a picture of the finished hole and do data entry for like 10 minutes.
Ah.
That's the best option. Third option is that, but the hole does run into roots and they either do multiple holes or even worse, I have multiple locations that are all digging holes at the same time, not like after the other, and I have to keep driving back and forth. That's the worst option. That's the most hectic day, is that option. But
okay, I see.
when I watch a lot of anime, it's because I literally get to sit in one place. I watch an episode of anime, and then I go look at a hole, and then, oh, it's not done. I go back to my car. I watch another episode of anime.
Watch more anime.
Yeah, exactly. That's what my life is.
Ah, so that's how you pulled it off.
Yeah, exactly.
So Mason, to answer your question real quick. Also, hi, welcome. It's a special night tonight.
Fun night.
I haven't gotten around to reading the script. I have been
Mars
really
just
busy.
Graduated?
Yesterday was interviews. Today was graduation, and it was a whole day affair.
Mars is becoming an adult.
I am hoping by the end of the week I will get to that. My guess is Thursday. At the
Mars
latest.
Got job
I'm
offers.
hoping for tomorrow though.
And more interviews. And
job interviews.
Graduation.
Job interviews.
She's
Well,
being
yes,
an
job
adult.
interviews. Offers, graduations. Yes, it was very fun. My whole family was there. All my friends were there.
There was
really
Mother's Day this past weekend.
Yes.
The whole thing.
And my family did a whole day trip for that. So literally when Mother's Day came around, we slept the entire day. Like we literally just slept on the couch and woke up for snacks every now and then.
I took engagement photos on this last Saturday.
Send me.
I will. But this is funny. So Dylan and I both have transition glasses. Okay, and our
Oh
photo
my
shoot
God,
was
I know where
outside in
this
the
is
sun,
going.
and we're both like dumb, but like what were we supposed to do, right? You know, I didn't get my glasses planning on having to do photo shoots in them, but we
And you kind
both
of need your glasses to see.
not even to see. Both of us prefer how we look with glasses on because it's just like a beard, you know, like they do alter the shape of your face, you know, when you perceive it, it does make a look. And so we're like taking some with them off, taking some with them on anyway, try to like put them in your pocket so they like clear up and then like shove them on and like go. So we got the photos back. And I'm pleasantly surprised that I can very, very easily lighten the lenses so that they look normal, so that they look clear. That's actually really, really easy.
That's
However,
promising.
the photo that both of our mothers love the most is a photo where we're not wearing any glasses at all. And it's like, God
go
damn
figure.
it. So I did
Ain't that just the way?
some freaking artist shenanigans, and I didn't draw glasses, but I managed because
I was about to say.
it was front facing, so I managed to take our glasses from another front facing image and put the frames on over our heads, and nobody could tell the difference. So
look at this. Ori has
that's what
all
I had
the
to do
hacks.
on Sunday. Yeah. Don't come at me for Photoshop stuff, but it was like a very specific like trace the outline of the glasses. I had to paint in shadow though. That was an artist thing. I had to paint in the glasses shadows, right? Because that was cool. But yeah, very fun. Very nice.
That is freaking wild.
Yeah.
I can't believe you did all that.
Let me
I'm dying to see. Oh my God, I forgot this weekend was your photo shoot.
Yes. Okay, hold on. Let's see if I can send you. Copy. Move Discord, please. Please let me paste. Too big. I never understand this. It's always like, why is it too big when I copy and paste it? But if I drag it in from
when it does that.
the computer, it's fine. And it's
like
what?
easy peasy.
Why is
it has no complaints.
bigger? Why is it
So
bigger when I'm copying
stupid.
it from Discord? Is that the right one? Hold on. Yeah, that's the right one.
Okay. Oh, I can see. I'm so excited.
Okay.
Oh, that's cute. That's so sweet. So wait, is this the one where you copy pasted the glasses?
Yeah,
the
so
first
that's
one?
the first one's I edited the glasses onto
Damn,
our
that's
face.
wild.
And the second one is I lightened the glasses from dark.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Also, these are amazing pictures.
These,
oh my gosh, these are adorable.
Here, these are the originals. And then
for a side-by-side comparison.
Yeah.
Wow, I don't think I've ever seen Dylan without glasses.
It's wild, right? It's like wrong.
That's
like,
different.
It's at least you knew me when I didn't have glasses,
Like, I've seen you without glasses. We've had sleepovers and stuff, so it's like, I'm used to that. Dylan is like, whoa, that's a different man.
Exactly, Pastry Puff. Exactly.
Oh my god, the fucking transition.
Oh my god. Yeah, I know, right?
If you photoshopped you guys on a boat, like on a cruise.
Yeah, you could see it.
It's so fitting.
The decision-making... Dare I defy the decision-making in the programming of the software? What am I doing, Oscar? I don't even know what I'm doing. But thank you for the congratulations. And thank Mars for the congratulations. Everybody's great.
Yes.
All right. Beautiful.
We're all doing well. Life
Now
is
with
going.
Life updates out of the way. And
Yes.
2 more M&Ms in my mouth. Delicious.
I had
Hey.
pineapple upside down pancakes, and I'm
Ooh,
still full.
Pancakes?
Like,
Oh,
I'm
wow.
done.
Wow.
It-
All right.
It was good. We went to a diner.
But today, we're talking about character reference sheets. What are they? What should they have? What do artists want? Lovely. Great. Beautiful. Continuing. So, what are reference sheets? Basically, the sort of very easy thing, if you don't know what a... Yeah, now you'll be able to make a character reference sheet, Oscar, with all of this information.
This will teach you.
Basically, they are a image, usually a singular image, but it could be multiple images, depending on how you sort of lay them out. That Hostin is a short king, but he's not that short. They're all very tall.
I'm pretty sure every
taller than most
character
people
in
in this
Outcast
chat.
is taller than me.
Yeah, every character in Outcast is taller than Mars. I'm taller than Hotsun, but I'm the same height as Sinnit. No, Sinnit's Dylan's height. I'm Hotson's height. Sinnit's Dylan's height, and then Milano's taller, Varix is taller, and Aster's a giant.
Aster just
It's
freaking
important.
towers over everybody.
Yeah, it's important that they're like that. For the callers, it has to do with kind of like being predators and relative size of their animals. Oh yeah, Aster's very tall. His height is in the Discord wiki. You can see all of their canonical heights. But
Yes, I need to update them.
what are reference sheets? Reference sheets are basically an image that you can use to show off the design of your character. And there's a variety of reasons why you might want one, but basically it's to show their design, to have, like, it be able to see their design, their colors. Or does that put you at the way down here? Amazing. Somewhere over here.
Somewhere in that
Plane
grouping.
and metric, no. Yeah, Aster's very, very tall. He's the gentle giant kind of type. But it has to do with albatrosses being relatively large birds. So other, like, hawks and, would be like eagles. Eagles would definitely be up near Aster's height. But yeah, it has to do with size stuff. But, my brain dead. Yeah, so it's to show off your character's design, to sort of usually try and nail it down and just have it all laid out. Now, why are reference sheets? Well, it keeps consistency.
How are reference?
Oh, we'll get there. That's the next one.
Okay.
I'm
getting ahead of
Mars is getting
myself.
ahead of himself. Yeah, I don't. Exactly. Eagle beaks only. That's how we measure people. But reference sheets. Why are reference sheets? They keep consistency. So this could be if you're, across multiple artists. Like, this is a reference sheet that I gave Mars specifically to help color Ferrex because of, that's her job now. She does all the flats for everything. But they can also just help keep consistency within a project, even if I was the only one working on the art of it. Also in animation. It just is a good way to be able to reference and make sure that all of the pieces and parts are being as, consistent as possible within same media, to make sure that you're not changing them up suddenly and randomly. It can also be useful for redraws, like if you wanted a commissioned piece of your character, or if you're like, you have an OC and people want to draw fan art of it, big for you, like VTubers and, other things like that. Whoops. Lastly, it could just be for fun. There's OC posts on social media. You can have one for your TTRPG characters, or if you're writing a novel for visualization of the characters, just to sort of have for fun. Not necessarily necessary, but it can be helpful. This is a very old 2021 old OC character, but you can definitely see the Caller vibes coming through, because he was before Callers. Whoops. Goodness. Now, how are reference sheets? It really depends. There's a lot of different types you can have.
I'm dying to know.
Yeah, you can see this one where it has a full body, a half body, and some bust expressions. This one is a full body, and then it's a lot more of his like implements, one without the jacket. You can see this one for like Ori has the full body, the kind of token image, and then her spider form, which is behind my head. There she is. Look at that. Beautiful. But there's a bunch of different types, a bunch of different combinations, whether or not you have these, a lot of them will have like the back view, maybe the side view, will focus on implements or not. You see ones where they like don't have the arm or the tail so that it just doesn't cover things up. And so, what are the types of reference sheets? And feel free to ask questions at any time. He does got them legs. Tyvis did got them legs.
He got them very long legs.
But yes, the types of reference sheets. What kind of reference sheet that you make will depend on what you plan to use it for. So one of the options is truly for reference, but for others. This is like if you want to commission an artist, or if it's for use on a project with multiple artists.
Hey-yo.
Another is truly for reference, but for yourself. So projects where you're the only artist, but consistency is key. So like comics and, animation and these sort of things. Lastly, could just be for aesthetics, for a nice social media post to try and get people into your OC. Or, it's an art mixed with function sort of thing there, where you are making it more artistic, but still with sort of the baseline of that it does show off the character design. You can see more 2021, 2022, this is also 2022 examples of everything, of different reference sheets I have personally made. Honestly, most of these reference sheets, if not all of these reference sheets, have been just kind of vibed along. Not very much rhyme or reason of why I did them that way. And that's why I wanted to get into this. So, when making a reference sheet that's truly for reference for others, there are things that you should consider. Big one is the clarity. How easy is this reference sheet for someone else to understand, right? The goal of you making this reference sheet is to convey your original character's concept, look, outfit, markings, everything, to this person that is specifically not you. All right. Good practices to have for this is don't shade or render your pieces in a reference sheet for this. Even if you have a color palette on the reference sheet, which honestly you should have all the time. Yes, I do also. That is a recent one, the T-Pet reference sheet. That has a little more on it, Nicole, because I consider that more as like a species sheet. So it's a little different, but that is a good example of sort of another way. That's like a species thing. So that's another type of reference sheet you can use. But yeah, so, even with a color palette on it, it can still be a bit confusing to sort of understand which areas of, are what color and coincide and everything like that if you have shaded and highlighted everything, and can thus end up with people changing the design. You also don't want to use distracting backgrounds on this sheet. That can be distracting and confusing, especially if they're kind of similar to your character themselves, especially in colors. And it's helpful to add text, showing like, oh, this is an alternate hairstyle that they might have, or this is an example to show, their eye scar, but their hair is never like this, or never draw them bald, or something like that. But, while useful, don't crowd the entire sheet with over-explaining things, because that is just busy now and a lot more work that a lot of people probably won't end up reading. Another big portion is detail. Making sure that all the patterns, markings, scars, tattoos, etc. are present and visible on your sheet. You want to make sure that these important details are shown. Does your character have a different palm color, toe beans? Do they have, mouth colors? These are things that you have to show off specifically. If they have hidden scars or tattoos that are in hard to see areas, you want to make sure that those are specific references. So showing that, oh yeah, they have this scar that peeks out the collar of their shirt, maybe draw them shirtless, or maybe just draw that specific section to be like, this is how it looks, under things, should you be in a position where it might show more, based on like how the clothing falls or in different areas. That's a good note, Nicole. If you have too much text, too many notes that it's hard to make out, it's getting really busy, consider making a multiple page character sheet. And that's very good information.
That's a good point.
Lastly is, what is the utility of your reference sheet? Is it functional for what it will be used for? Like if your character has special items or alternate outfits, these only need reference sheets if you plan to use them, right? So if you plan to commission an artist and you have a character that has a bunch of different outfits and a bunch of different items and stuff, but the thing you want to commission is only this one outfit, you don't need to then spend your time, saying you haven't made a reference sheet yet, to make all those alternate outfits if that's not what you're commissioning the artist for, right? These sort of reference sheets that are truly for reference for others don't need to be particularly refined, as long as you can get the idea of how they look. So a cleaned sketch is fine. It doesn't have to be crazy line art, and it also doesn't necessarily have to be quote unquote of like high quality art, right? If you feel like you're not a good artist, or maybe you're just an inexperienced artist, it doesn't matter. Having a reference sheet at all that at least is like, a little more than a stick figure, just to understand where the things
right
go.
Direction.
It is much better than having nothing and going only verbally. And then lastly, only draw what you need, right? Reference sheets are fun to make, but if you're using them specifically truly for reference for others, don't spend time on things that you're not going to be using, unless it's specifically fun for you, but focus on the thing that you need to use.
So, Ori, I'm curious that you mentioned that. What would you label as something you don't specifically need? How do you determine what you need and what you don't?
Commission an artist for Milano, let's say, right? I want Milano drawn in his normal outfit and his collar form. So thus I don't need to provide his human form or his Band-Aid outfit or, his alternate outfit, etc. I don't need to provide any of that. Say your OC's eye color changes when they're angry, but the specific piece that you want, they're supposed to be happy, right? So you're not going to add that. You don't have to add that detail, right? This is sort of under the presumption that you haven't made a character sheet yet at this point, right? It's a good thing to have in a general character sheet, but but that's still same with utility. If you are writing, drawing a comic, or you are, making an animation, and your character's eyes do change when they have a specific emotion, that is something that you need to add in, right? You need to have that in now, because that's an important consistency thing, and thus the utility of it is important, right? Does that make sense?
It does, yes. And I think that clarified it for those in our audience, too.
I mean, you have a lot of pictures of new PCM, and in a way, the Hero Forged minis are a reference sheet. So now
They definitely act as a reference sheet. They have the
Exactly.
character on there. They have the necessary
You have all the angles,
clothes, equipment, all the
Yep.
angles, and even more so to work with. Because
Exactly.
it is a 3D format.
So that's all helpful. Your Dragon Ball Z Vegeta. I really did not want to say Vegeta for some reason. My mouth just didn't like it. It was colored incorrectly in his first appearance because the animators weren't given design sheets. How interesting!
Fascinating.
See, and that's a very important reason in order to have good references, especially for multi-artist, projects, right? But what if you're just making a reference sheet for yourself? What if you're the only one working on this? You're the only one you expect to deal with your OC? Well, it can still be really helpful, and I honestly highly recommend making some sort of reference sheet for yourself. And the reason is because your brain is full of a lot of shit, guys, and I'm not saying that like it's bad stuff in there. I'm just saying there's a lot of stuff in there, okay? Living life, there's a lot of stuff in there, and whether your memory is awesome or terrible, doesn't matter. You're gonna forget some stuff. I didn't color Hotsun for a while. I would have said that, man, I know Hotsun like back of my hand. I went to color Hotsun and I colored his eyebrow wrong, and Mars called me out right away. I'll never forget it. She went, Ori, isn't his eyebrow supposed to be his undercut hair color? And it was like,
you trained me well. What can I say?
I did.
You trained me
well.
And
that's the beauty of references, right? That's the beauty of making sure that XYZ happens. That you're consistent.
Exactly.
Now, it is a little different if you're making a reference specifically only for yourself and you have no intention or need to show it to anybody else and anybody else to make it readable. The clarity only has to be as clear for you to understand. But don't make it too crazy or too unuseful, because should you go away for a little bit and come back, you might not understand what you mean. You ever take notes in a class and you're like, oh, I can read my own handwriting, but then it's so messy that you come back and you're like,
what did you mean by make it too useful? How is that possible?
No, I said to make it not too useful.
Oh, not useful.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I heard you say too useful and my brain went, what?
I think I said like to you. Something like
that.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
I rescind my question then.
No worries. Yeah, so the idea is that, like, this is the least refined level of reference sheet that you can need, right? I don't know if I have some really early ones, but, this, when it's just for yourself, it doesn't have to be crazy refined or lined or even, really... Like, it can still be a colored, messy sketch as long as you, when looking at it, can be like, oh yeah, I know that this is his hair and this is his whatever, and etc. like that. It doesn't have to be particularly fleshed out. What's a good... I think, I don't remember which one we decided on. I think it was this one. But this is an example of sort of like, these are sketchy references for me, right? I know that this outline is not the actual color the outline will be of the shirt or the pants, and I like really roughly colored it in over top of him, but the goal is just to get like the gist of this is how it's gonna work. Only I have to see it. So only I have to know like what lines I want or not.
I see.
This is also a place, for these where you might want to add those specific items, outfits, and other things, because if it is for you and you want to remember them, sort of like a journal, remembering all the stuff that you need. Lastly, we have reference sheets for aesthetics. And what do I mean by that? Well, I mean that the reference sheet itself is supposed to look rather pretty and nice, almost like a work of art in itself. And with that, you want to find a balance. While you want it to be pretty, there is a reason that you're making it a reference sheet instead of just, any other type of art, an illustration, a bunch of doodles, anything like that. You still want to try to have the sheet's aesthetics not overshadow the actual character, but you have a lot more leniency on how you're actually going to go about it and use it. A big thing I find when I'm talking about reference sheets that are aesthetic is having personality, right? Instead of just having like a default TRA pose for references, let some of your character's personality show through with a bit of a pose. You still want to try to make it so that their arms and stuff aren't really crossing in front of them, so you can still get all of them, but giving them a little more pizzazz, a little more zhuzh, window into their personality. Also, this is where you can add like extra doodles or styles or, their likes and dislikes. Have your character's personality shine through. This is something I specifically think of as like, this is the thing you post on social media to get people who have no idea about your OC to like them, right? This is the thing where you post it and you're like, oh, that's a cool design. I know nothing about this character, but like that looks really like, cool.
Look at the smirk and the pose they're in. That's super interesting. I want to know more about that character.
To me, these are the kind of character sheets that people commission and are commissioned for. The aesthetic ones, right? That are like nicely formatted and all this. Yeah, consider them as infographics, satisfying to the eye, readable, but contents are most important. Exactly, Nicole. Infographics. Yeah,
that's a great way to describe it.
Infographic reference sheet is the perfect way to say what I'm talking about here. It's definitely a little more zhuzh than, you just need it because you want somebody to commission, or, you just need it because you're all working on a comic and you need people to color it all the same way.
Hi, yes, that's not relatable at all.
All right. Now, there are pros and cons to each type of these. If you're still not sure exactly what you want to go for, because, a lot of them can be useful in more than one category. But pros of truly for reference for others, it's easy for all artists to read and replicate, and it thus easily keeps consistency. But the cons are it can be kind of boring and clinical to look at, just kind of on a plain background, the character just kind of flat, looking forward, being backwards and this kind of thing. It, by default, won't really convey a personality of the character. Now, there are like model sheets that animators and sometimes comic makers have, where it is specifically like giving them expressions and how their face would emote certain ways, but that's not really what I'm talking about here, and that's like a separate thing, but you can put that in, so that's why I'm kind of saying default is not a big personality thing if your goal is mainly design, but it still can have it if you put the effort in. Reference that is truly for yourself. The pros is these are the easiest to make because they don't have to be perfect and they don't have to be really good, and you're not really showing them to anybody else, and it does help keep consistency within your own project. I recommend anybody making a comic, an animation, having OCs in a world that you want to keep redrawing, having a reference sheet for yourself, because this doesn't nail you down for having to keep them the same all the time, but it does allow consistency, so they're not flip-flopping around and their hair floof doesn't curl the wrong way randomly all the time.
Why not
early Ori?
Why not make it easier on yourself?
Exactly. Have consistency.
Work smarter, not harder.
The cons of this is that if you do need to use it or show it to others, it can be too messy for others to understand, or if you sort of put it down for a while and come back to it, it might be too messy for you to understand in the future after you've forgotten everything, because that's life. Lastly, the infographic or aesthetics one. I'm going to keep using that, Nicole, because it's a good description. The pros are it is very pretty, and it can get other people to like your OCs. But the cons are it can sacrifice clarity a little bit if you are rendering it, if you are shading it, and there is more work that has to go into designing it, more polish. Yes, Art Fight. That is definitely when we inspired this. So let's read Pastry Puff's question
love
here.
Hearing about Art Fight.
Play your character. Let me check. Let me remind myself how Art Fight works, Pastry Puff, because
we need a refresher. It's been a whole year.
It has been a whole year, and I also only barely understood how to do it last year. Let's see how to do this. If I choose a file, I'm refreshing myself. Let's refresh myself here. Choose a file. Submit. Do you do what I want?
Does it ever do what you want?
It did not do what I want because I'm being lazy about it.
Well.
I think, Pastry Puff, that if you go into your thing, right? If you go into your thing and you click, I'm pretty sure you click upload the main image again, you will get more in here to add. And then you can still pick it up here. I think that is how it works. I literally haven't added one in a long time, and I didn't do it right just now because I was dumb. What if I add this? Yes, I created this image. Submit. What happens? Yes, that is how it works, Pastry Puff. I just added Ferrex's mom as a test, and yeah, so you go in, you choose a file, you add it, you click yes, you created this image, you click whether it needs a content filter or not, click submit, and it just pops up here, and then you still at the top can pick this is what the main image looks like, and this is what it looks like there. So then I believe I can delete this image, yes, because Ferrex's mom does not belong in the Milano thing. All right, great. Speaking of Art Fight, if anybody wants to follow me on Art Fight, Pastry Puff, you should, because that's where I look for people.
Now
go
is
to
the
my
time.
Art Fight link. Go follow me.
Do it.
Very fun, good times. You want your OCs drawn by me? You should draw my OCs on Art Fight, and then I'll revenge. I do lots of revenge. That's my goal. All right. So, what am I doing today? Well, this is a great question to ask. Beautiful. Because, you know what? The characters have reference sheets. They don't all have the same reference sheets, but they do all, the main cast, the main 5 boys, have this reference sheet, which is what I call the paper doll reference sheet, where their body is underneath the clothes. So I can remove the clothes and draw new clothes on them because, you know, for outfit changes and things like that. However, there are certain regrets I have about how I did this exactly that I do want to fix into this. I also really like...
For example, his shirt is no longer tucked.
His shirt is no longer tucked. That is an old thing.
He does not have a tucked shirt.
He does not have a tucked shirt. So, yeah, all of Outcaste's character reference sheets are from 2021 or 2022. At least the base is. And my art has improved since then. I really want an aesthetic infographic sheet. Really bad. I always look at them. I always really want them. I want what I'm calling contained functionality. And that is the fact that I want all of this stuff to be in one image that I can edit, right? I want the paper doll in his main sheet. I want, you know, the front and back view in the main sheet, but I also want the little extras in the main sheet and the color palette. And I want it to be one whole main sheet.
Oh, that just streamlines everything.
Exactly.
That's wonderful.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying contained functionality. And on top of that, they don't all have the same sheets. Only Milano, Hotson, and technically Everett have a sheet like this, where the main 5 have a sheet like this, but Everett doesn't have one like that. But yeah, Ferrex, Sinnet, and Aster don't have one. So I want to make them all consistent. They're all my boys. I love them all, even though I love Milano more, but I love them all.
I may or may not be biased.
I pick favorites here. All right.
Well, I will say Milano is definitely my favorite color. Because he's the least complicated, so I can breeze through him no problem.
Nice. All right. Well, with that, let's get into what I have.
Da-na-na, to the Batmobile.
The Batmobile. Oh my god, look at all those messages up there. Okay.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Full banner.
Full banners. Dang. All right. So, I started it before stream because there's a lot of stuff. I don't think I would get anywhere near this if I didn't start it before stream. So we started it before stream. And basically, I'm really going off. I have this one reference that I really, really like of how theirs sort of looks. This is a VTuber, but I really like how their reference sheet looks. I find it's just very nice, very clean.
Ooh.
It's got
You
these
got the
little
front,
extras
you got
here.
the back,
Got
and
the
then
front,
you
got the
have
back. That's
some
what I want.
personality poses.
Yep, you got some fun. They're like emotions a little bit. You know, we got kind of flirty, sad, kind of mischievous at the bottom. I have ideas for exactly how I want to go about these, and it just sort of has like stuff if they want other stuff. Not sure if I'm gonna do that as much, but definitely this section I really enjoy. So that's sort of where we're going with it. And you can see that, I think, already come across in how this is sort of gone. Iron Mouse Gang. See, I watch Iron Mouse sometimes in the like little clips and stuff, but honestly, I'm here for Sayu and Shoto and Monarch.
I'm definitely here
I
for Sayu
also
and
have
Monarch.
gotten into Limu, and she's really like informative and cute.
Limu is pretty fun.
Yeah.
I haven't seen too many of their things, but I do want to see more.
She has a ferret. Basically, she has a little ferret pet. It's great. Okay, it's good stuff. It was really cute. All right, but yes. So, I think the other. Now we just kind of talk about life. But the other poses I'm gonna have here, I definitely want one showing off his mouth, because I want all of them to have their mouth colors because they all have specific mouth colors. And I also want one to show off. I was thinking of showing off maybe his hands. That I'm less sure about, but definitely his mouth is a big one, because of that. Now, other things I want to make here. So the original. Okay, we're gonna open something and we're just gonna roll with it that Barbie doll style naked men is okay.
Because it is okay. There's nothing explicit going on.
There
it's
is
perfectly
nothing
fine.
explicit going on.
We play with Ken dolls all the time around here. Nothing's wrong with that.
Milano doesn't have any spoilers on his reference sheet, so we're good.
Well, that's a plus.
Yes. Alright. So, this is the wrong Milano, though. This one.
Mr.
All right.
Lawyer Milano.
Mr. Lawyer Milano.
Oh,
So,
excuse me.
basically, the way that the doll works is this is all one piece, and then on top of it is where the clothes go, and this is all also in one piece. I want to focus, and so when I made him human Milano for various AUs, this is hair down and this is hair up. I had to actually I didn't fully redraw, but I had to re-edit, the portions of him that are not collar, right? So I had to redo his feet.
The scales,
I had to redo his hands, all of his shoulder scales and everything,
the scars,
etc. Yeah, and so I didn't want to have to do that. So my goal with the new one is to kind of VTuber cut it up in a way. I want his tail to be separated. His hands are fixed. No, I want his tail to be separatable. I want his shoulder scales to be separatable. I want his hair to be separatable. I want his hair to come off so that I can give him different hairstyles without having to redraw his head.
Nice. That'll definitely help us later in a future season.
Exactly. And then I probably would cut him at the knees and cut him at the here, and I'd probably put his scales on a separate layer as well, just so that you can have the differences without having to have different flat bases. On top of that, I want to layer his outfit more. I want to have the vest be a separate piece from the shirt. I want to have the shirt be a separate piece from the shorts, right? I want them to be separate pieces. So same, with the band.
So you're treating them like individual pieces.
I really want it to be
individual assets.
Yeah, very, very paper doll-able. Is mainly with the main outfit more than the AU outfits, just so that, because that's what'll get the most function out of it, and everything like that. So that's the goal.
Such a clear goal of mine.
Yeah, so basically his tail will come off, his scales will be on a different layer, these sort of things. So I really want it to be layer movable. And I think that is everything specific that I want. I probably will have him winking in one of them. That's just very his personality. And then
Oh
the
yeah.
third one, we'll figure it out as we go. So I think we'll actually do those now.
I think we may have to do Angry Milano in one of
Yeah,
those
Angry
panels if
Milano's
we
a good
didn't
one.
plan already.
Feral Milano.
Yeah.
The difference, okay, back it up, Ori. Brain it out. The only
Brain it out.
I want one with his teeth and his mouth. So the only thing is that could tie into Angry Milano, but I'm not certain either way
that's
yet.
a fair point.
You know, that's
Okay,
that's
so
the only
maybe we
thing.
play that by ear, see how it goes.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, just having fun. This is mostly inspired, guys, because one, I have been thinking about it. My art has significantly improved. Their designs have mildly changed, I will say. I think Milano's shirt being untucked is like the biggest change besides some Avrit things. But we also have...
Avrit had a couple changes.
He had a little
Aster's
bit of changes.
feathers are a little different now, I think.
Aster has slightly different colors in his feathers, yes.
And I don't think Ferrix or Sinnet really got huge updates.
No,
they're
theirs
kind
are
of the
good.
same.
And then
I
we
think
have
Hostin's
3
hair
new characters
is the
that are
biggest
like
thing.
pretty
Yes.
coming up.
Needed to be designed from the ground up.
Yeah, so they will have to get reference sheets as well. Will they get this level of reference sheet? I don't know. This level of reference sheet I plan specifically for our main 5 and Avrit, just because they're the big boys.
And I think these will go in the wiki to replace the old ones.
They will. But not sure if these other characters get one. Same with, I hope to do lighter ones of like the background characters, and like I said, these 3 sort of, I guess they're side characters, reoccurring side characters. Same level as like Olus, right? They show up, but not necessarily need to go as crazy as I go with the rest of the crew. So who knows? That's sort of the goal. Has everybody else who, you know, oh, this is a question. Anybody else who has OCs, have you done reference sheets specific? Also, like I know Mason works on a comic. Does your characters have reference sheets, Mason? I was gonna say PCM. You say you don't have a reference sheet for Neffy. How have you sent to the commissions? Also, is getting reference sheets something you guys like want or like to have? Because I will say the aesthetic ones are really nice, and when I look at artists that I really like and would be like, yes, I would commission you, it's always like, ooh, the ref sheet ones are nice. And so I'm also in a little way trying to be like, maybe I should get into those. Ooh, okay, nice. I remember her. Your Ace Attorney universe original character, I think, right?
Yes. Oh, so exciting. Actually, I think I'll take this time to update the wiki.
Oh, that's
Pretty
good.
much
The wiki is
remember
Mars's
most
version
of the information.
of a reference sheet, guys.
Yes. So it tracks information we know up to date in the comic, everything we've seen thus far in episodes, and this is definitely handy to have because it's a reminder for me what you guys already know and what still needs to be elaborated on. So I am updating that because I'm currently thinking about it, and I'm like, well, might as well get some work done.
See, and that's an interesting thing, is that the reference sheets and everything, if you are posting them, should not, what's the word? They shouldn't be required reading, I guess is the words.
Yeah.
So they should be
It should really be
bonus.
stuff that you can find out
Exactly.
through simply reading the comic
Exactly.
or the main source.
Same with the
Like,
reference
it
sheets. You
should
should
never
be able to
be
see it
hidden
if it's
info.
important. If, let's say, Milano has specific scars, if they're important to the comic, they'll come up in the comic specifically. Not just be assumed that he has them. A small wiki thing in your notes about your characters, right? It is very useful, yeah. When you're thinking about things, you can get stuck on thinking about the same things, but writing them forces you actually to think about different things. Yeah, I can see that. It also helps for consistency. We have basically how Milano talks, how Ferrex talks spreadsheets on how they talk to try and keep their slang and words, like shortenings and on all that stuff relatively consistent. Ori has to pose herself so I can see how it works. Where does my hand go? My knuckle is there, so let's do that. It's too angled. I want that to be there. And that to be there. Oh yes, so Mars and I started the anime Wind. It's a Windbreaker or Windbreaker. I don't know. Mars is deep in thought. She's wikiing. I don't know. It's one of those two things. And it honestly, when you think about it, it has like a very goofy, unrealistic presence. But oh, she's messaging me. Did I leave stream shenanigans? I did not. Uh-oh. Has Discord died? Discord might have died.
Oh.
Hello? Hello. I don't know.
What the hell was that?
Discord did a weird, apparently.
That was really weird, because I went to our channel, and it's showing me I'm the only one who streams shenanigans. So I'm like, wait, am I the only one talking now? I go back to stream and turn on the volume, and you're still talking. So I'm like, wait a second, how is Ori still talking?
No, Discord
if she's not in the channel, what the hell
was
just
in the
happened?
channel, but yeah, Discord froze.
Discord just shit its pants.
I don't even know what happened there.
What the hell was that?
Do not know.
I also just realized I was updating our old Discord and not the new one.
Mars, no.
Maybe that had something to do with it.
Yeah. You were upsetting the order.
Apparently I was. Oy.
I've lost what I was talking about. Oh, is it Windbreak or Windbreaker?
Windbreaker.
Okay.
So the group in the anime is known as Bofurin, which to my understanding roughly translates to Windbreaker.
I see. Okay. But yeah, so it's an anime that honestly, when you look too close at the concept of the world, it's kind of funky and wild, but overall it's just a fun, it's basically about high schoolers that like to fight each other with their fists.
It is definitely a delinquent anime.
Yeah, it's specifically a delinquent anime where they go to a school that's literally all about this fighting thing,
fun.
But they don't really have teachers or anything, and they don't really go to class or anything.
It doesn't focus on the school element at all.
The school is just a framing for them to have fight club, basically. And they protect the town from actual thugs. And so, it's very fun.
Literally what they'll do is just go around the town, painting over the graffiti, trying to keep everyone safe, doing odd jobs.
There's a bunch of actual gangs.
Surprisingly wholesome.
It's really wholesome. It's really wholesome. It's really cute.
Wholesome.
It's really wholesome. It's a whole load of fun. And main character, very Ferrex coded. Leader, incredibly Milano coded. there's a side character that has mild Sinnott vibes. Sometimes more Sinnott vibes than other. He trash talks a little more than I think Sinnott would.
Oh,
and he likes fighting more than Sinnott would.
Gentleman trash talk,
but
like,
it's good.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Here, let me help you. But it's actually like, wow, you fucking idiot. How did you not figure that out? Clearly you need assistance.
Which, you know,
it's that vibe.
Sinnott can be a little shit, as we see in what is it, entry 9?
I believe it's entry 9, yeah.
But
just so fun.
And they have like different fighting styles, and the choreography is nice, so we're like definitely being like, ooh.
Oh, we're finding the inspiration.
So, I recommend. It has 6 episodes. What day of the week does it come out, Mars? Do you know?
I think it comes out either Monday or Sundays.
It didn't come out Mondays because I checked.
Okay, then.
Oh, usually it comes. Well, I guess
maybe Thursdays.
It depends because I did watch it on Monday, but at least Tadaima Kairi comes out like late Monday usually if I'm trying to watch it on Monday. But I think that has to do with it. I think it airs late in Japan, like in the evening. Because, so, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe. No, it couldn't, because you told me about it, like, Sunday night at midnight or something. That you had just watched episode 6.
No, it's one of the
end
of the week
I've only seen 6 episodes, so it's definitely not a Monday one. Sussing it out.
Sussing it out, indeed. But it's very good. I honestly fell in love with the episode. I'm also really impressed that they have full-on lyrical background tracks that play during these fight scenes. That's pretty impressive. I think the last time I saw that was in Bash the Stampede in Tri-Stamp, and also ID Invaded.
I will
where
say
they just had full-on vocal tracks. It was so fun.
What's really funny
love it.
is that so Mashal, whatever, I don't know how to say it. Muscles and Magic.
I think it's Mashley,
yeah. Muscles and Magic. It has like lyrical rap tracks when like Mash is going. It's like having a moment, and I will say it fucking like bops. Like it definitely like picks up, and you're like, ooh. But it's a really goofy show overall.
I'm here for that.
Oh yeah, but there's definitely moments where like they have their like classic like shonen moments, right? Where the rest of it is goofy, but they have those moments where it's like I fight for my friends, or my friends are my like the definitely vibe moments.
My friends are my power. My friends are my family.
And like the beat just fucking drops, and it's good shit. There's a lot of like rap going on, so no wonder that like freaking Bang Bong Bong was such a dope opening in the end. Bling bong bong born, that's what it is.
Bring bong bong bring bong bong bring bong bong boom.
It's born. That's what makes it wild.
Oh, born?
And I watched somebody.
Oh, I'm not hearing the word born.
Yeah, it's born. That's the actual lyric. But there was a guy who did a cover in English, and it's epic as fuck.
Oh, I need to see that.
I'll have to find it and send it to you. It was very good. He did a great job. Also, okay, this is back to Windbreaker. I can't get over the fact that like the delinquent like talking style is just excessive R rolling.
Yeah, oh, that was hysterical. It's like, how dare you?
Yeah, it's like weird to do it in English. I tried to like mimic it for Dylan in English, and he's like, it just made it sound very Spanish. And I was like, okay, I can't do a Japanese accent. I do a Spanish accent. That's why I roll my R's.
Well, what's so funny about it is with R in Japanese, it's more of a tongue tap. So you got that type sound. So to roll your R is really unusual and definitely stands out.
But it's so funny. It seems like most other languages can roll their R's. like
For the most part.
just naturally. Like to my understanding, like
Nicole. Wow. I love this reference sheet. I'm so sorry, I got distracted.
Oh no, I have to look
Ori,
at
if
it
you
now.
haven't taken a look at this, this is super cool. And I really love this
Never
sketchy
translated
style.
spoilers. I won't translate then. She's
Was
so
this
cute, though?
Was steampunk Victorian the goal? Cause like hella vibe. I love this character.
Yeah, it's for the Great Ace Attorney error. So like
Oh, okay. I forgot what TGAA stood for.
yeah, the Great Ace Attorney.
My brain reads it as, this is a character sheet I made for OC. You ever just have that moment you're reading a book and then you get to like a word you don't understand, so your brain just fills it in with, and then they went to and then they did this.
I don't even know if my brain goes that far.
Never figure out the pronunciation of it, so you're just like
it's like a pattern recognition thing. You're not actually like reading it. You can just see basically the grouping of letters and be like, yes, I understand that this is a thing and a place, but that is it.
The leitmotif associate has been played in the minor key. Oh no! I'm not sure whose leitmotif. Well, hearing that, Nicole, I am probably going to love TGAA.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna have a good time. I'm ready for...
This
what is
gonna
it?
be hella my
Herlock
vibe. I love steampunk. It's so underrated. Like, God Treasure Planet is one of my favorite movies of all time for a reason.
I'm ready for Herlock Sholmes.
Gimme.
He'll be voiced by Dylan, which means it'll be hilarious because Dylan only does Cockney British, and it'll be really funny.
It's gonna be epic.
It'll be very funny.
Just chaos.
Versus I'll have like posh British for Ryunosuke, right? Yeah, Ryunosuke. I have to remember Phoenix is Ryuchi, right? And then the TGAA is Ryunosuke. That's
they all got named.
Well, they have the Ryu bit in it, basically. And then Ryu just makes me think of Street Fighter. But you know,
now that would be.
I think Ryu, I won't be surprised, Mr. Puff. Yeah, but it'll be so funny, and it's because that's like the other man voice that I can do. Oh, guys. Okay, so you might have seen the monkey issue in the Discord, but the best part about that, the most flattering part to me about that is the fact that Doug thought that Dylan voiced Ferrix.
Ooh!
I'm just saying.
Yay, Ori!
I got it, Pastry Puff. Woo! Yeah, so I was like, oof, man, I really sound like a man, don't I?
That's wonderful.
Very proud of myself. Very proud of myself there, yes. I will say, I think my Ferrix is my best man voice acting so far.
It really is. Just because you had so much practice with Phoenix, I think that really set
Phoenix
the stage
is decent, but Ferrix has like the good combination, and Ferrix is probably gonna be pretty similar to the voice I give Apollo. Just because they're different enough, but they're not, you know, they're still dudes that I could do. Because then the British one, which I did for Grimoire and Tangle Tower, is going to be the Ryunosuke one. And then we've got them all covered, and then I've done it. I've managed it. And I do have Shilong Lang's planned out, but we'll see how well I pull it off. Basically. That's the question. I did it again! I didn't do anything again! It's literally Discord just fucking dies.
It doesn't like
joking.
You tonight.
I like open Discord.
It's a good thing it keeps you in stream.
And it yells at me.
At least that doesn't get affected. But I'm just sitting here and I hear the and I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. But it literally just looks at Mars, do you have any plans for Kay Faraday's voice?
Oh, that is a great question. Honestly, at this point in time, not yet. I've done a couple different female voices. Like Maya is very bubbly and she talks kind of fast depending on the situation. Pearl also very bubbly but way more childlike. Um, the two flight attendants I'm doing now are probably like the most different voices I've done, excluding Old Bag. I think Old Bag is like the most out there voice, female wise, that I've done. But as for Kay, I don't know. I haven't looked up anything on her because I don't want to accidentally spoil myself, so I
Yeah.
can't really
No, but
get a
off your
read on her
design.
personality until I see it. So I feel like it's going to be one of those in the moment things where it's like, okay, if she comes in intimidating, like this is the voice I'm going to use. Or if she comes in like a bit more playful, it's like, okay, got to make sure it's not a retread of Maya and Emma. Because like Emma almost became a retread of Maya, but then like I added some scratch to it and it's like, okay, now it sounds like a different character.
Yeah, never.
Oh, I'm not looking her up.
When I look
promise,
up,
I swear, Pastry Puff.
When
Code
I look
of
up
honor.
AA characters for their references, I'm literally like, I go Google images and I just look up the reference and I grab the one that's like the first one. I don't look at anything.
Yeah, you really can't be too careful.
Oh no,
with all of that.
I'm also very good at selective remembering.
Yes,
if I'm
you
being
are.
completely honest. I can definitely see something and be like, I shouldn't have seen that,
confirm.
And completely forget about it. Yeah, well, I have to, Pastry Puff. I have to.
That's why I'm waiting a bit to show you Migi and Dolly, because I know I sent you a whole plot synopsis of that, so I'm like, well, we'll just let this in. Yeah, Ori will forget about it within like 3
Ori
months.
forget about it, and then we'll remember it. Hey, we have Link Click coming out. We're gonna wait till the season's over, and we're gonna get together. We're gonna binge it. It's so soon. I didn't expect it so soon.
And me. Well, it's gonna take longer to get dubbed. And then even longer to wait for it to fully come out so we don't suffer every week.
We will have to do it as a one. We get together again, a one binge. Yeah. And we're done.
But we know we can do a one binge. Like, we basically watched 11
and it's only 8 episodes
in a single day.
And it's only 8 episodes, so...
Yeah.
We watched 11 episodes, plus a movie, plus 2 episodes of Taimo Kairi, plus Bluey, which was like a half-hour special, and another like 10-minute one. We watched a lot, and I got my nails done.
With you taking a break, an hour break in the middle of it all.
So it's like, we can get 8 episodes binged. Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
We got this. We're professionals. Thank you.
That's true, Pastry Puff, but I will admit sometimes I do it very fast. Very last minute. Ori operates on a very tight deadline, which is oh shit, I should have had that done today, huh? Or oh shit, I that's due tomorrow. Let me put off this other shit and then scramble later because of pain.
Apparently Ori works best under pressure?
Ori does not work best under pressure. Ori just only has so much time.
Mars understands and sympathizes.
Yeah, it's very much a like. Did Ori prep for stream? Yes. Literally right before stream. Literally ate dinner and then spent the rest of the time drawing this before stream. Did, etc. Did she get all of the stuff that she was supposed to get done today? No, she edited the video part, but she didn't do 3 panels of the comic rendered. Ooh, we want a comic sneak peek? Look at this, look at this, look at this.
Here we go, here we go.
It's so good.
Let's see, I'm so excited.
Look at them.
Oh my God. Look at the boys, they're all cuddled up, it's so cute.
Little sleepy babies.
They're just sleepy.
So nice.
Sweepy, sheepy.
Sweepy, sheepy. Alrighty.
The bro vibe is just so strong between Esther and Senate. I love it.
Amazing. Eepy. Pseudonym. Hello.
Pseudonym. Hello.
My brain very much had to go like Elise Donim.
Oh, same. Because we just had that so recently too. It's
very
like it's
recently.
fresh.
Milano given all the land spot. Okay, I went down like
I am in a Clans
over quality
pit
what?
hole right now.
Yeah, I like went on Pinterest and ended up getting a bunch of like reference
what
poses
was it I
for
sent you the other day,
or
or
just ended up being Lance and Keith being flexible, and it was like, I remember this. I'm okay with this, but this is not what I meant to get into.
This is what I sent to you. I sent back. Okay, this was when I got the Clans comic. I said I caved and got it. You were very happy.
Yeah.
And I said I didn't just fall back into Clans. I stumbled, tripped, slid down a hill face first, and crashed into the river.
Yeah.
And then you replied to that, welcome home.
Do we want
Yes, the river
do we
of
want to have a
Clans.
sneak peek of this comic entry? Because I really like it. Do we want to have a sneak peek? I'll ask chat. It's spoilers for visuals, but there's no text on it. So
There's
you
no
don't know what they're
dialogue.
talking about. Yeah. And you've already
So,
seen the sketches of it and stuff.
You can make up your own story.
But we have a lot of fun rendering for it, which I'm excited about. This is very fun. But over quality for a comic panel, I don't know, Nicole. All of my
take that as
things,
a compliment.
I mean, I take it as a compliment, but I'm just saying, recently the lighting has been very that. Gonna look away, pastry puff? That's what I expected.
Fair enough.
Other people want to see it besides
This is your warning to those of you in chat.
All right, yeah. Nicole wants to see it. All right, done. Look away, pastry
All
puff.
right.
In 5,
Avert
4,
thine eyes.
3, 2, 1. All right, so they're not rendered, all of them yet. No, I know it's a compliment, Nicole. I just think it's funny. It's because I do this shit with the feathers because I literally can't fucking help myself. I'm not joking. If I don't do that, I'm sad. I love this too much. It pains me every fucking
Ori
time,
to be sad.
but I like it too much. All right, then we have this one, which will be rendered. Little boop, whoop. All right. They have little callbacks. I'm so happy with how this came out. I have like a very defined sort of like clean sketch pencil style nowadays, and I just sort of translate into that. That's how Hotson sketches too. But I actually have to redraw in the construction lines because my construction lines are always way too messy. And we have more. I love these. These are so cool. These are so fun. And
these
then we
were
have
such fun panels to color into.
These are literally taken from the other comic. The
other entries.
It's for a specific vibe, but I like re-rendered them in a way. Like I filtered
to make them like sepia photography
to make them and like
style.
In the journal. And we have this transition. There's a lot of fun transitions. This has to have a different background color. It can't be white, but I have to fix that. And then we have this transition into, I love the lighting I'm doing here. Can't wait to render the rest of them. Look at it, so spooky. Boof, boof. La la, la la, and then, all right, beautiful.
Nightmare
Lovely.
Boy in the shadows.
There it is. All right, spoilers over. Spoilers over if Pastry Puff turned off their ears.
It's safe to come back.
All right.
Rejoin.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome back. It's safe now. We're back on reference sheet.
I definitely enjoy that I get to sketch in my sketchbook so much because it really has improved my art overall. Just being forced to not have all like the tools and everything. because, you try not to use them as a crutch, but they're there, so,
I mean, they're there. Why not use them?
Exactly. So, it's very fun. Oh, look at him. I'm so happy with this. I'm really vibing tonight. I will say, kind of struggled with the bodies earlier, but this one, fucking coming together. It's fucking looking good.
I mean, I look at that, you don't even need the details to know that's Milano.
Exactly. Nope, I've already messed up his hair.
Really says how strong the character design is.
That is a
he
big
didn't even
thing.
have hair, he didn't have scales, literally just need the face, and I was like, oh yeah, Milano.
Something I try very hard for is to not have same face syndrome. And it's really funny. I think we mentioned this on stream once before, but at Mars's old retail job, she showed a coworker, I think it was.
No, I was over a friend's house.
Oh, she was over a friend's
and
house.
They had another person there who was interested in making a comic themselves. So I was like, oh yeah, we're doing this as well. And they asked to see it. So I showed them. And they said, why do they all look the same? And I was, I got a little defensive. I'm not gonna lie. I did get defensive because I was like,
Mars defended me.
Worked so hard on these, and I know they're different. They're different.
I gotta say,
what do you mean they look the same?
Out of all of the characters to say they look the same, I don't know. Maybe I'm tooting my own horn, but
I'm trying to remember which characters I had shown them. I'm pretty sure it was the main boys, and to that they were like, yeah, the face shape is the same, this is the same, the hairstyle's the same.
The face shape is not the same.
What?
Ugh, so upsetting.
But that was years ago.
Yes, it was years ago. I would still say they've kind of kept their face shapes distinct, though, because that was a big thing I wanted when designing them. Was to make their face shapes distinct. So I really haven't changed. I will say I've probably exaggerated Milano's face shape a little more, but everybody else's has been pretty the same. And I could definitely see...
I also feel like Milano we can get away with because we really haven't seen him in comic in a very long time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even with the update,
him.
Even with even from the just making edits in it, he's less round than he was way back. You can see in the old reference sheets that he's very round compared to what he is now. But I'm very excited. I don't need that one.
And for good reason.
I will say I was a little nervous today to be doing this because sometimes the art just don't art. I mean, you guys have been here for that from me when the art just don't want to art. But I gotta say, the way this specific little headshot bit is coming across right now, I'm feeling it. I'm really feeling it.
It's really coming together. Look at this pose.
He's really coming together. It's all coming together.
Let's just chalk it up to Windbreaker inspiring you so much. I mean, the smirks in the show are top tier.
Okay, guys. So Mars had watched it.
Sakura's fucking smirks are amazing.
Mars had watched it, and up to what it is now. There's 6 episodes out in the Japanese and the sub. There is only 4 in the dub. But Mars sent me a voice message, and was just so
tired that day I couldn't text.
I don't even know what exactly she said, but she just talked about it, and then was like high recommend, and I was like, all right, I definitely have more drive to watch something, as we call anime book club style, where it's we're both watching the same show, but we just talk to each other about it. We don't necessarily watch it together. And I just have more motivation to watch it that way because there's accountability.
Yeah.
And and I want to talk about it.
You.
And so I like go and I'm watching it, and I know Mars has seen the whole thing now, so I'm like screenshotting and like like, oh my god, this line, I can't believe it.
I don't think you ever sent me so much screenshots before from one show.
The expressions
like,
are
you didn't even
so
screenshot
good.
Link Click Season 1 when you were going through that.
Because the expressions aren't as like...
Although, then again, there were no subtitles to screenshot, so...
There were no subtitles to screenshot, so I did screenshot, like, quote subtitles. But also, like, the screenshots, when I take screenshots of, like, the art specifically, it's of, like, very specific expressions, smirks, and, like, teeth. Like, fucking, what's his name? Toji? Toji? Yeah.
I
And all
believe
of
so.
that sort of stuff. So, do I show the smirk? The smork?
The smirky smirk.
Yeah, this is episode 1. He makes this face, and it's unfair. The little animation of just smirk. Oh, so good. It's so good. Look at it. Oh, so good.
And it's like not a full-blown grin.
No,
it's just
literally
like,
what really gets me though is like the animation. He goes from like deadpan to and it's just like, oh, so good.
He's like, I'm ready to fight.
Never really off.
Bring it on.
I've heard about Omori, but I see the art for it, and it looks cute, but I know it's dark or something.
But I've heard it's like, depressing.
Yeah, no
I've heard
thanks.
it'll make
Can't
you cry, and I'm like, I gotta brace. I cried at the end of Spiritfarer. Like, I was literally playing that game. I finished at like 3 a.m. I'm sitting on my couch listening to those closing credits and the beautiful song that accompanies them, and I'm just like sobbing at 3 a.m. in my living room playing a video game.
Yeah, couldn't do it.
So I gotta brace myself for Omori.
The art style's really cute though.
Playing Hades first.
Oh yeah, Hades 2.
I really want to play Hades 2, but I never beat Hades 1. I think I beat Megara, and that's like boss number 1. So I'm
probably make you cry, and I love it. That's like the one thing I don't want to have to deal with on stream is actually crying over a game. One, because Dylan will. We
came so close to doing that from Rise from the Ashes.
One, because Dylan will make fun of us. Dylan will make fun of us. And two, I just don't think I could make it through after that. I think we need a while.
They'd be like, okay, guys, well, you're never gonna hear from us again.
Link Click, we didn't cry, but we lied on the floor, and you know that's not really a stream
speak
conducive
for yourself.
thing.
I was crying.
Well, okay. There were parts where I was crying, but it wasn't like. We also then laid on the floor. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot going on there.
Well, there was an interlude where we tried to heal. And we failed miserably, so that we laid on the floor and cried.
It was just bad.
It was good bad.
Yeah, it was good bad, but it was bad. It was
this is what memories are made of.
Really, though. That is something we'll never forget.
Oh, I know I never am.
We have... What will my Mars anime memories be? It'll be... watching Sir Vamp together in her dorm room, because that was the first time we watched anime together. And then
first ever.
It will be lying on the floor after Link Click.
Well, mine will also be our first ever tea party during Orin High School Host Club.
Yes.
That was very memorable. That was like the one that started it all.
I kind of lump all the tea parties in together, I guess. As like a thing,
sense.
Having tea parties with Mars
that one
as a
stands
memory.
out to me because like we purposefully did cosplay for it too.
Yeah,
like,
I
came over day one and you were like, "I'm in a suit. I'm ready to go.
Yeah,
I am here.
I have the blazer on, my jacket, and then I kept looking
and this
up.
was like day one.
Yeah, and then like at one point, we saw he like wore like a dress over like a t-shirt or something, and Mars was like,
it was like a
I
tank
can
top
do
dress
that.
combo.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I have a dress that looks like that.
Yeah, Mars is like,
So I was like,
and it's like,
I'll
all
play
right,
that next week.
now let me find literally any of the boys that I can cosplay as for this episode. And
Which
you know,
was hysterical.
Closet cosplay, right? It's closet cosplay, where it's like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, they wear t-shirts and
just
stuff.
pulling stuff you already got out of your
Yeah.
closet and making it work.
Exactly.
Those are my favorite kinds.
So it was very fun, and they were also very comfortable outfits. So it wasn't ever like, oh.
There's multiple endings, Pastry Puff.
Don't tell Mars this.
Uh-oh. I don't got that kind of time. How to get good ending Hades. Reddit. Any non-spoiler tips for getting the true ending? Just talk to each of them. Helpful to put on the gifts they give you. Okay.
Alrighty.
Max out your relationship with 5 of the Olympian gods. Okay, okay. Eventually you'll hit a locked heart. Okay, so you have to beat these locked hearts. Oh dear, this sounds time-consuming.
You can do it, Mars. You could also just watch somebody else do it.
No, I want to actually play a damn game!
Yeah, me. Technically, I have played a Five Nights at Freddy's game.
If there's going to be multiple endings, I'm going for that good ending right out the gate. I only want to play this one. Because then I have all the other games to play and beat.
Yeah, exactly.
I still have Tears of the Kingdom sitting on my shelf.
Me too! Open exhibit piece.
I started it, but I'm not very far.
I don't like that, BZM. Nephew totally has a good ending. Yeah, she does. Okay, you can.
Neffy needs to have a good ending.
She better.
I would be eager to know if Omori had multiple endings too. I feel like it's one of those games that, and correct me if I'm wrong, Pastry Puff, I think it's designed to be shorter so you can get the multiple endings.
Yeah, like Elevator Hitch.
It's one of those games that understands it has multiple endings and doesn't make you go through the whole thing all over again.
Like all the Studio Investigate games.
Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Thank you, Studio Investigate.
But like I remember when I played my first multiple ending game, it was Eve, which was this horror adventure game. Very cool. Love the graphics. The pixel art style was phenomenal. But it was very quick to play through. Like, you didn't spend too long on the game at all. You could beat it in like maybe 3 hours or so. That's like my classic example of this is a good multiple ending game because it doesn't take you long to beat it. Technically 3. Okay, that's good to know. Oh no, wait, that's PCM.
No.
Wait, we've avoided 2 of the possible bad endings.
Is not short. It's actually a very long game. Oh goodness.
Oh dear. Yeah, no, I'm speed running for that good ending then.
Apparently, good is in quotes though. To currently.
This is concerning.
Okay.
Okay, Omori might just be a let's play watch for me then. I'm sorry, guys. I still got internship. I'm still doing interviews, and then I will have a full-time job. I need quick and easy.
Well, I will say, Mars, if you have a commute to a certain place, you could play on your commute.
That would, in theory, work if I didn't get easily motion sick.
Oh no, that's the only benefit of that kind of commute.
That is why whenever I'm traveling, I pop in my earbuds and I either stare straight ahead or out the window because the music is enough to keep me from feeling nauseous.
Cars can get me.
Gum is good.
Trains, I'm okay if I'm facing the right way. Boats,
trains aren't too bad.
Trains?
Backwards isn't too bad. Like, I can ride trains backwards, I just hate like when I stand up, it still feels like I'm going backwards, and it takes my brain a while to like reset
Pastry
itself.
Puff, the problem with literally all of those meds, even the ones that are touted as not being this, will make you sleepy. Like
I can't do that.
there's no exception, because I take, the big one is Dramamine, and I take
Yeah.
that for really long road
Classic.
trips because I do want to be able to do stuff other than sit there and look out the front window and only look out the front window.
I mean, sometimes you see cows.
But
farms.
they make you really,
Places.
really sleepy.
Yeah, you just knock out. I think that shit is designed to knock you out. That's how it works. You can't throw up if you're
Nice,
asleep.
Mason. Yeah, basically though. But even like the non-drowsy formula is still like a knockouter. You know, like it's like, and you feel it taking over.
I took one of those and I was like, oh, this is false advertising. I'm gonna be like immediately. Earless, but hello, dichotomy. I almost called you PCM for some reason. I apologize.
There you go.
There we go. Hello. I'm sorry, PCM. I accidentally summoned you.
Okay, so the question is, do we tie in Feral Milano with teeth mouth reference, or do we and then if so, what is the third option? Or do we make them two different ones?
Sad Milano.
Sad Milano is hard.
I think that's why we need a reference for him.
All right. Well, we're going to that later.
I did say sad PCM. Good ears.
Unlike earless Joe over there. All right. You had a bigger exclamation than I thought you would.
It took my brain a second where it's like, oh, haha, but then it registered the reference and my brain was like, zing! I'm like, oh, I get it. Then it processed, oh, that was really fucking good.
Yeah, look at Ori.
So it was like 3 stages of like layers of joke where it was like, oh yeah, that's good. Oh wait, that's a reference. Oh shit, that's a really good reference.
Ori freaking bangers. Bangers with Ori.
That was a banger. Guys, watch Megalobox.
If
I hadn't said before, I'll say it again. Watch Megalobox.
Let me open this. No.
If you miss old animation style, but like the fluidness of modern animation, bam. That's your go-to.
Okay.
Slight trigger warning, because it does go into some darker things, but if you're playing Omori, I think you're ready for that.
Yeah, no. I think our chat is supremely capable of
I agree.
Most darker mediums.
This was one thing I did. So I had a colleague at work. This was back when I worked retail. And she was trying to watch some more anime, so I was giving her some recommendations. And I will constantly push Megalobox. It is literally one of those ones I do a yearly rewatch of, specifically like when I need a pick-me-up, when I need to like I feel I need a boost of you can do it, you can keep going, because that's the type of show it is. It's very much like the Rocky formula, but with like, personally I think better, but that's just me. I'm very biased.
Mars throwing shade. No.
Oh, I'm throwing shade, all right. But I recommended Megalobox to her, and then I remembered there was a subplot about a military veteran, like basically struggling with PTSD, to put it lightly. And she had a military husband. So I was like, oh shit, yeah, I forgot the disclaimer that goes along with this one. Oops. So I'm like frantically texting her after work, like, hey, FYI, it has this, and this in it. So if you're okay with that, it's still a recommendation. But I wanted to let you know before you like got into it. Okay, thanks, bye. God, I had such a moment of panic because I was like, wow, that was so brain dead of me. What the hell was I thinking?
Why will you not give me the reference that I want?
But there's so many good ones out this season. Is anyone in chat watching Kaiju number 8? I'm liking that one more than I thought I would. The main character is really
Apparently
growing on
Cinder
me.
has been watching that.
Nice. Yeah, that's a fun one. Definitely, it's got the gore, it's got the blood. It's all monster blood, though.
Yeah.
So, like, he punches the thing and it explodes and rains blood. It's a super fun time, though. Like, at first, I wasn't like, I saw what they were doing with the main character, and I was like, okay, like, the goofier moments, I'm kind of warming up to.
Ooh.
Then by the latest episodes, I was like, okay, I'm here for this. This is on board.
PCM's an OG.
Kaiju's 1 through 7. Damn, PCM. Okay, so you know all the twists and turns that are coming. I am very curious about the villain. I also heard in the dub he's being played by Sayu. I'm sticking with the sub just because I've committed and I'm familiar with those voices now, but I will probably backtrack just to hear what Sayu sounds like as the main villain, because...
Yes, literally
very
every
quirky
time
the
now.
direction they decide to go.
Every time now, I like I'm gonna start an anime. I'm like, who are the dub voices? And I'm like, Sayu's in there. All right, yes, we're watching the dub. Literally, what happened with Mashley Muscles and Magic. He's not even a main character. He's like a villain that it does come around for like a few episodes, but he's the villain, like a side villain. And I'm just like, well. Guess I'm watching that.
I'm a fan. I've committed.
I'm committed.
It is a good subversion PCM. I like that they decided to go with an older protagonist, so they're kind of focusing on those like either feeling past your prime or trying to recapture that dream you gave up on years ago. Like, I really like those elements. I see them as pretty relatable, and also like the feeling like you're forced into a position that you're stuck with. Like, it's really good. It's solid. Also, Reno as the best friend is amazing. He pulls off the deadpan and the comedy very well. Like, I'm just waiting though for Kafka to just become a dad figure to Reno and what's the girl's name? Shinomiya? Is that her name? The blonde hair girl with the pigtails. I'm just waiting for him to become dad figure to both of them. Cause it's like they're setting him up for that role. Like, yay, found family trope.
I don't draw Milano angry as much, so this is not
So
coming together.
The one we're talking about right now is called Kaiju number 8. Essentially, the premise is that there's a 30-year-old man, his name is Kafka, and he had a dream to join essentially the military and work to keep the city safe from the kaiju, because this is a world where kaiju exists and they're constantly attacking the city, like so much so that they have evacuations in place, they have shelters in place. Like, this is an expected part of daily living, and they also have a cleanup crew for it. So he's officially on the cleanup crew at first, but he really wants to get into the military because there's a childhood friend, he made a promise with her, and she's now like top dog of the military. So he's like, I fell behind, I can't catch up to her, how am I going to catch up to her? So through various shenanigans, he ends up becoming a kaiju himself. I won't reveal how, because I'll be honest,
that's like in the name and the like cover
that's
art.
not really
so
a spoiler. Like, that's advertised.
Yeah.
The way he becomes a kaiju, though, I will be honest, that caught me off guard. Like, when I saw that scene, I was kind of like, oh, okay, this is kind of like a Parasite, except
Mason.
Different. Wow. So I definitely had a reaction when I saw that scene. But then everything that comes from there, I think it's a little bit of an acquired taste, just because, like, with the comedic moments, they do the thing where the background goes very colorful and the style becomes either chibi or very angular or simplified. I I think it works because I've watched Demon Slayer and they very much pull the same style during their comedic moments. So that's something I'm used to and not too thrown off by. But I could see for other people how that could be not their favorite part of it. I've definitely seen reviews online where they're like, yeah, love everything else. Why the hell does the animation style go to that during comedic moments? But
really? Oh, that's so sad.
Work. I think it works the best when one of the other captains is on screen. If I'm remembering his name correctly, his name is Hoshino. He is basically the right-hand man of Mina, who's the childhood friend at the top of the military. And he has a lot of comedic moments with him where he's just like bursting out into hysterics because of how Kafka's acting. Again, not revealing too much, not like giving away what's happening, but he is amused by Kafka's antics. And they always go to like a chibi style for him when he's like laughing hysterically. But it's like a breaking character for him because he's usually serious. He's usually this military guy. He's kind of like, I would call him off-brand Levi, because this series really does remind me of Attack on Titan in almost every way, aside from the obvious. But it really works for him. Those are when those moments work, because like you honestly kind of just like laugh along with him, because he's like, oh my god, and I now have this like comedic clown on my team. What am I gonna do with him? Oh. Good show. I don't think it would be your cup of tea, or just because
Yeah,
of
no,
all
I
the
don't think
gore
so. It's very
that's
Cinders,
involved.
though, but I don't think it
Definitely
would be mine.
Cinders.
It's also like the universe that it at least looks to be set in is definitely not something I would gravitate towards.
It's modern. It's definitely like, this is our modern day, just with some slight adjustments to fit the kaiju scenario. I will say, the opening and ending are fire. I don't know who thought of the idea to do that kaleidoscope DNA effect during the opening, but damn, it's a good one. Also another case of like really stylized CGI, definitely elevating the project. But if I had to pick a favorite this season, I don't know if I could pick. Let me see what else is coming out.
Okay.
Well, of course, Dungeon Meshi, top of the list, but that was a winter anime. It can't count for a spring one. Spice and Wolf is cute. I am enjoying the remake. I don't know if I'm super attached to it, but I'm like vibing because it's got that folksy traveling the land feel. They're definitely setting up the romance hard though.
I think Windbreaker is probably my spring anime.
Gonna get together.
I don't know.
Yes, quite silly like that thing. Exactly, PCM. Oh, and there goes me dropping stuff on the floor. Dropping a lot of stuff on the floor. Okay.
Stop dropping and
I'm
rolling.
Trying. I have headphone wires. They get caught on everything when I'm trying to change location.
Yeah, you kind of screwed yourself there, huh?
I did. I was cheap. I bought the wired model instead of the wireless model. I'm due for an upgrade.
I'll never let you live it down.
I'm gonna be getting myself a better mic, and I'm gonna be getting myself different headphones when I have the money for it.
Soon.
Very soon.
You'll have a job.
I know, an actual paying job. So exciting.
So exciting indeed.
With benefits and everything. It's crazy.
That's the wild part.
I think the wildest part is now, like, I have to actually think about what benefits means.
Yeah,
like, oh, yeah,
it's
I'm
annoying
now. I have to think about 401ks and health insurance and dental and vision and
easy.
All
do
of that.
it, especially if they match. Do at least the maximum to get the maximum amount of match. Fucking worth it as hell. It comes out before taxes, so you lose less money than you think you will out of your paycheck every week, because...
And that is the way to go.
You do it anyway. You know, always do 401k. I hate reading medical benefits. It's annoying. They're really confusing sometimes. Because usually you get, like, multiple... At least for me, I've always had, like, 2 options at least. And it's like, I don't know what the difference is. One costs a different amount of money, but why? And it's just a pain.
So frustrating.
Yeah, it is very frustrating. We'll bring this one forward. Ooh, there we go. Okay, now he's looking at...
Ooh, oh, there we go, there we go. That is quite lovely.
Yes.
I think I gotta go with Windbreaker for this season.
It's so good.
It's just, the characters are fun. It's a good premise. You can tell they're going to do something with Sakura's insecurities and, like, his desire. He doesn't know he desires friendship, but he does.
He likes it. He gives like Bakugo, but much more like transparent on not wanting to be the bad boy, if that makes sense. Right? Wanting to get praise and stuff. Like, he gives a lot of Bakugo moments, but definitely less on like the I am a brat and I will be a brat and I am the main character, and more on the like, oh, but compliments feel really good, but I don't know how to deal with this.
I've never received a compliment before. People beat me down my entire life.
Yeah.
What is this? Kindness? Ew, gross.
I am so excited for the next 2 fights in the show, though.
Oh,
they have to go ham. We've gotten all the fights before the two ones I'm looking forward to the most. I'm so ready.
See how Umemiya fights.
Yes, I will always call him Hajime. I know that's his first name and nobody really calls him that, but it's so funny to me. It's so funny that his name is just Hajime. Hajime! I can't. It gets me every time.
That had to be done purposefully.
Oh, it totally was. That's why it gets me every time. That's why I'm like, no, forget Umemiya. No, Hajime. Hajime.
Too good.
So good. Me growling into my mic. I'm not actually growling. Me, like, making faces into my mic.
To figure out Milano's mouth.
Yeah, his face in general.
That's the way to do it. Be your own reference.
Seriously.
For your reference
the amount
sheets.
that it like helps just to understand how how it feels, right? Because on top of that, I'm not trying to be realistic, but I am trying to get a vibe. And so for me, it works really well because I want it to look like how it feels, right? But sometimes, like, the mouths don't really do this in real life or something, you know, but I want to, when I am growling, what does it feel like, right? Does that make sense?
Kind of the benefit of illustration and animation is you can exaggerate it. So it doesn't have to necessarily be realistic to a T.
Exactly. Okay, guys. One thing.
Okay, Pastry Puff, watch Windbreaker. You're gonna eat that shit up.
Yes! Pastry Puff!
Sakura is gonna be your favorite character.
It is so good!
Love that, it's literally in episode 1. And all throughout. It's great. It's beautiful.
This is a mild form. This is a mild form of the boy getting affection. This is a mild form of the boy getting affection. This is like low end of what happens to him. What else do we have?
We also have him like exploding into a blush volcano and jumping away.
Yeah, very
We have
common.
him literally running away from the townspeople when they
Touch-starved
offer
boy.
him food.
Touch-starved boy.
Touch-starved. Yup. Someone gives him a band-aid and he's like, "What the hell is
boy.
that?" Yep. Kid.
He doesn't know what's going on. Head pats have never been a thing. He can't comprehend. Look at this face of a boy who can't comprehend the head pats. So good. And none of these are the blushy ones. He blushes a lot.
What is he doing? What is happening?
It's so good. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, Pastry Puff, watch it and then report back to us, please.
It's if that's your shit, that's the shit, you know?
And it's good shit. Top tier shit.
Top tier shit. Okay, this is a funny thing I just wanted to mention. The way I draw the, like, squinty nose, like, and everything is literally just Naruto. Not joking. If you look up Naruto in his, like, Ninetales form, the way that his face scrunches is literally, like, how I draw scrunched faces. Like, it was literally like, really? I want to draw scrunched faces. I know Naruto does, like, the growl, and yeah, let's look. Yeah, I'll find it.
Like, yep, that checks out.
Naruto Ninetales form. I mean, that's a good one, but that's not the one I used. Give me... Yeah. Image. Literally. All the scrunchies.
That boy's ready to throw down.
He Angie. They all Angie. I want to show his bottom teeth more here, I think. He's kind of looking down. Yeah, there it goes. He looks weird with normal teeth.
He does. I'm not used to that.
There we go. Lovely. Lovely. Great. Add more scrunch. All the scrunch. Ooh.
Ooh, nice Pastry Puff.
Yes, I do.
Yes,
Pastry Puff.
Absolutely, all the time.
Yeah,
that's
so
how
good.
I know it's a good fanfic.
That's what it's the vibe. Oh, I was reading link click fanfics today, Mars. I'm not caught up with all the ones you've sent me, but I have been reading. I think the last one I read was the snow one. Yeah.
Oh, that one was cute and wholesome.
That one was so cute. So good.
Did you get to read the one where oh crap, that one has a lot of spoilers. I can't say it out loud.
No,
I'll ask you
I'm pretty
after
sure
stream.
that's the next one.
Okay, you need to read that one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's
that
the next
introduced such a interesting concept.
Yeah,
I was
the
like,
one where it's like end of
ooh.
season one.
Yeah, end of
Yeah.
season 1, and then it goes like off the beaten path. I was like, oh, that's intriguing.
So I haven't
like
read that one yet. That's like, that was the next. I'm trying to read them in the order you sent them to me just to make sure I get them all. So that's the next one, I'm pretty sure.
Well, you gotta read the one.
Oh, that's amazing, Jace Chuso. That's great.
Oh my god. That's fantastic. Sometimes it's the fix you least expect that brings you the most closure.
I love the Bell one pastry puff you sent from Ace Attorney. I'm pretty sure you're the one who sent it. Where Phoenix is like, he's lost his voice, so he can't do objection, so he has the little like service bell ding. And Edgeworth is just getting increasingly annoyed about it. Yeah, I like that one a lot. That's what's great about fan fiction. Having like,
I've seen that one too. That was hilarious.
The room to sort of explore like little funny scenarios. That's why I don't think that being a creator of a comic we could ever like get away from AUs and little stuff like that, because we can understand that the main comic itself shouldn't have all of the things that we'd want to see the characters in, but we still gonna make it.
Well, there's certainly like spin-off universes we want to see them in, like Band AU or
yes.
D&D costumes.
I'm
stuff like that.
Roughly,
but then there's also some of these time skips that we introduced too. So like if somebody wanted to write like it takes place in canon type of fan fiction, you could do that too.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my favorite things to do because I really
especially like slice
like
of life vibe ones too.
Oh, definitely.
There's a lot of slice of life room in Outcast. But
yeah, I'm down, Pastry Puff. Send us your recommendations.
Oh, any fun like vibe AA fanfics that are spoiler free, I'd love to read.
Hell yeah.
We're definitely probably more on like the shorter one side. Just time-wise.
I definitely prefer one-shots. To be honest.
I don't need it to be only one chapter. I think like 4 chapters is the max that I can probably deal with easily.
I sometimes go up to about 6-8 chapters.
It has to be really good
on how
for
much
that,
I like it.
I have to be really in the mood though.
Yeah.
First, like all the ones Mars has been sending me have been like one shots and stuff. So I can read them in about 30 minutes and then go check on the hole diggers. I am winning, Microwave Tree. Hello, how are you?
Very much winning.
Look at my ref sheet going for Art Fight. We're going. I only drew these 2 things on stream. I didn't draw these on stream. But we had a whole presentation.
Ori did a very lovely presentation at the beginning
I did.
of tonight.
How dare you have missed it? So rude of you.
Microwave, tisk.
Goodness, what am I even doing?
I don't know. I'm not in your head.
I'm figuring out how his hair falls.
It does sound like a cool place to
I know.
I wish I could live there rent free.
In my brain? Sometimes I don't know what the stuff it's thinking about is. Honestly, okay, I will say this is really funny. When I first started doing art, I was definitely a fan artist, right? I really only did art of you know, I did fan content of stuff that I watched. There was a lot of Voltron, there's a lot of Gravity Falls, there's Miraculous Ladybug, those are like the really big ones I remember doing a lot of, you know, but I did mostly fan content. And I was always like I'm just not like an OC person, right? Like it's just not a thing I'm really doing. You know what got me? Dungeons and Dragons. Because you're forced to make an OC, right? You're forced to make an OC. And so it's like, okay, well, what do I want now? Right? I'm forced to have a character that I create. How does arms work? Okay, I know how arms work. And then design him.
I'm sending it to you.
Nice. And then design the characters. And that just kind of like opened a door. And you know what? I would say that Dylan really made me an OC artist, because now I'm OC pilled, and my brain is solely like, all media is, how does it relate to Outcast? All of my songs are like, it's Outcast. All of my everything is like, it's Outcast. Like
It's
Mars
true.
is literally like Windbreaker. You know, the leader is so mulatto pilled or something. It's just like, oh my god, mulatto coded, and I was like, oh my god, yeah. Now I need to watch this.
I think I said in that voice over I sent you, he is such a Milano.
Yeah, and I was just
It
like,
hurts.
oh, I need it so much. And then immediately I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, main boy is Ferrix though.
Oh, hella.
I can't wait to see leader fight though. I need it so bad, especially with like flame thing
so
that
chill.
they did.
But like when shit goes down, he like activates.
Based in
like,
OC build, yeah.
Ooh, yes. Because like you saw how serious he got when like the chips were down, and it's like,
well, that's what I'm saying.
He's
that moment
switch.
when we sort of have that like, it blacks out and we have that like the fire within explodes out, and Sakura's like, wait, oh shit, what? Hold the fucking phone. I need to know. I need to know.
I desperately need that.
I need to know. And now my question is certainly, are they leaving his fight for the climax of this arc, or are they leaving Sakura's? Because,
you know, they were hinting that the two leaders of the rival groups were going to fight last, because that would be
they're fighting last, but it's just like, who, but like, you know, but him being the protagonist of the series, sometimes it ends up, you know, weird, you know, who knows.
I feel like this show wouldn't pull that though. Like it doesn't seem like they're doing rule of cool to the extent like, we gotta make the protagonist look good. Like, right? We all know that show out there that will sacrifice either other characters or development moments to make the protagonist look better, or to make the protagonist look cooler. Hi, harem animes. But I don't know, Windbreaker doesn't strike me as that type, because they do allow the other characters to have their moments, and they don't like, because they even had it where Sakura was going to fight next, and then they were like, no, sit down, not your turn yet. So it's like, they're not playing their cards too early. I think, and I may be wrong, but I do think they're going to leave it where the leaders go last. I think they're going to keep true to that.
It'll certainly be fun.
Because Sakura's will definitely still be fun. What I'm wondering the most, though, is he going to win, like, it's been going?
That's so funny.
Or is he going to find himself outmatched for the first
Well, that's
time?
what I'm thinking, right? Because that's the good Soma vibes, right?
Yeah.
That's the good Soma vibes. And they also did set it up in the beginning where it's like, the only match that matters is the leaders one. The other ones is just for fun. So I can definitely see him being, because he's also fighting, he's also hitting like way above his like pay grade, right? Like his station, you know, he's new boy on the block, fighting second in command, right? So it's just like,
like, if he wins, I'll be happy, I'll cheer. But if he loses and it's kind of a wake-up call for him, that'll be delicious.
Yeah, it'll be neat too.
That'll be some good character.
Oh, that's like at the beginning. I like that he couldn't fight off all those goons on his own, right? Like,
yeah, and he actually did need help. So it's like, there's breadcrumbs of it.
Oh yeah.
And I think that makes a good competitive show.
Indeed.
Keeps you engaged without you constantly being like, oh, I know who's going to win. Like, there's no suspense. Because that's no fun.
Because, yes, I don't watch Fairy Tail for the suspense. I know Natsu's gonna get back up. I know Natsu ain't gonna die. I know he gonna come back around. You know, I know he gonna win.
They were teasing it, though. They were hella teasing it. And whew, the fanfics I found based on that premise, damn.
I will say, I'm just so upset he got shunted cool form. And, you know, it's just so sad.
That's not fair. No worries,
go to
Mason.
bed, Mason.
You probably needed that sleep.
Yeah. Microwave. Oh, that's
Did
such
you
a good
die?
joke.
Sadly, yes.
I think
but
I've
I
said this-
lived.
I think I've told this on stream.
You'll always
but
remind me of that.
yeah, exactly.
Every time.
I think I've told this on stream, but very early, when Mars and I were like first friends, we were friends with a group of 2 other girls, and
Little baby middle schoolers.
yeah, we were little baby middle schoolers, and it was so to celebrate Labor Day, the holiday for doing labor like work, my biology class had Labor Day, tell the story of how you were born, labor, that kind of labor, and because we were in like genetics and everything, and it was just all there, and so I had to like ask my parents, like, you know, tell me the full story and whatever, and it's really funny. And basically, I wasn't coming out as fast for the doctor's liking. The doctor put like a suction cup. It's like a special device specifically to help like have babies be born faster on my head, because I was like partway out and was like braced up against the bed, like pulling, trying to get me out, and the suction popped off and it made like a and he fell on his ass, and my father was like so mortified because he thought that like he would see a dead Ori baby, that like I failed as like a human, not that the machine failed. And I'm telling the story, and one of our other friends, she's like enamored, she's like enwrapped, and she was like, "Did you ever make it out?" Fully seriously, like it was too enwrapped in the thing to cognitively think of like, obviously I did, I'm here now and not attached to my mother.
That.
But yeah, so seriously, did you ever make it out? We look at her and we're like,
serious?
No, I didn't. Oh my god.
For a second to catch on. I think she was just so surprised
Yeah,
by the story
just
that
so-
her brain entered
yeah.
autopilot.
It was very much an autopilot of just like so enamored, so enwrapped, right, by
Yes.
the story, because it's a wild story, right? Is to be like, oh, there's this baby suction cup vacuum thing, you know, like the whole thing. Oh, fell on his ass, you know. I was still stuck, and it's just like, did you ever make it out? It's just like a weird
like,
way of phrasing
look.
what happened next, you know.
No.
No, I'm stuck in there to this day.
Yeah.
That would be weird.
God.
Mm-hmm.
That would make holidays awkward. Yeah.
It would make a lot of shit awkward, I gotta say.
That would make a ton of
It
shit.
would make like my entire life awkward. I feel like there would have been surgery if that was the problem. I don't think they would have left it. Okay. Would make everything out. Yeah, exactly.
Indeed, microwave. Indeed.
Trivia! Alright, let's do trivia.
Oh, trivia.
Let's
Okay,
save.
let's see.
Oh, it's coming along so well. I'm so happy. It's so good.
This one is
But-
popping tonight.
Oh, really quick before I do trivia. So we had talked about how giving personality to the pose. So I specifically gave Milano like some personality in how he poses. He's got the arm crossed here. He's got the like, haha, me, you know, hands on the hip. And while that isn't a pose I would normally draw Milano in, well, that's a lie. He has had that pose before, but it is specifically with like how he's talking. It's not just like a normal pose. But the reason I picked that over where I find most of the time he has like his arms crossed and he's kind of leaning or whatever is because you want to not cover up everything, right? So crossing his arms over his body would have covered up a lot of his body and it wouldn't have been a good reference. So instead I gave him this sort of like, haha, yeah pose, because his arm is away from his body, even with his hand on his hip, his arm is away from his body, and it's all good. Now, I didn't need to show the front of him anymore from the back, and his arms don't have anything weird on the back that I needed to show, so him having them crossed for the back view, one, saves space, and two, just makes it kind of still give him that personality. So, yes, big art brain moment indeed.
Okay, I just answered the trivia.
All right,
I am taking a wild ass guess on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Cheese underwater.
Goodness.
Why does that sound familiar? Someone else I knew thought SpongeBob was like a block of cheese or something. Who was it? Was it like an aunt? Someone in my family. I can't remember.
I'm gonna guess
That's
that.
hysterical, though.
And bonus, I'm gonna say now I have to picture.
I mean, you got a 50-50
Dylan's
shot.
avatar.
Ooh, I got it half right.
I have to picture Dylan's avatar.
Dang, I'm impressed.
And if Dylan's avatar goes like this, and it's a mirror, so he's really going like that. So we'll say it's a 50-50 chance. You aren't allowed to watch When were you allowed to watch SpongeBob Microwave Tree? I wasn't allowed to watch SpongeBob until I was 10. I don't know why that was a specific number, but that's... Oh, I got the bonus right! Yes!
Nice.
Yeah,
microwave me neither. My mom absolutely hated SpongeBob.
Technically never got the okay. It's kind of loud. Oh. Why was it changed? I missed that. I'm doing 8 things at the same time. I know the obvious reason, but I feel like that's what Mars would have guessed, and thus she got it wrong.
I got it half right.
Yeah, but you got the same part that I already got. I think the explanation of why they changed it is more,
nuanced.
You know, there's not like a... Like, I feel like it's relatively, like, you can guess what his addiction of choice before, if it's not caffeine, right? I feel like that's fairly sussy-outy. But I feel like the reason of why... I feel like there's an obvious, like, why they do it in a lot of anime, and then there's also, like... But I feel like that's too obvious.
See, I thought it was the Sanji logic.
Yeah, and I don't think that's it, because you got it wrong. Couldn't...
Well, let's see if you do any better.
That's my reason as to why. We're not allowed to watch Adventure Time. My parents didn't know of Adventure Time's existence, really, so I watched it.
My dad kind of sort of knew. Oh, you got it half right. Okay, what was
No,
yours?
my overall thing is half right. I don't think that last bit is right.
Okay.
The first bit is right.
Okay.
Yep, that's what I thought, Vejruva. Yep.
Yeah, that felt right.
I'm happy I got the bonus right, though, as I should, because I make sure it's accurate on Dylan's avatar.
See, I don't have that kind of familiarity with the sprite. Okay, what was the reason?
Overcomplicated it.
We overcomplicated it? Okay, I'm gonna type this in, because I'm trying to think simply. I just want to see if I'm right.
Yeah, same. I just want to know. Ooh. That's an interesting guess, Mars.
I'm trying to think, like, what's the simplest reason?
I didn't think about that. That's interesting. I was gonna say something. What was I gonna say? Brain died. Back it up.
Boop, boop, boop.
Oh, yeah, I remember. So the bonus question for those not in the Discord was, like, which hand does Godot wear his ring on? And I remember, like, specifically, like, having to try one really hard to find, like, stills or, like, images of Godot where his ring could be shown to make sure that I could put it on the correct hand of Dylan's. Yeah, okay.
Okay, I gotta see this one.
That's what I thought was too easy, actually. That's what I thought Mars would have gone for.
See, okay, I'm wondering if telling the little thing I'm about to tell gives it away.
Probably.
Yeah. So, okay, I'll be very vague about it. If anyone knows Apple products, they will know that there is a certain reason for why in TV shows certain characters can use Apple products and other characters.
Yes, yes.
I thought it was that logic. So kind of
so
sort of the
funny.
same reasoning as the official, but I definitely took it a step too far.
Nicole on point.
The characters have a pipe?
No.
No? I could've sworn someone did.
He had... Are you talking about, like, the original designs?
No, I'm thinking of, like, another character. I could've sworn we came across a character with a pipe for some reason.
Is it Herlock? Not in this game that I can think of.
Maybe I'm thinking of a future game. Maybe I've seen some art and it's influencing me.
Maybe.
See, Microwave, by the time Adventure Time rolled around, my parents were on board with, like, okay, she could watch cartoons. Like, I had been watching 16 and Total Drama Island since I was maybe 9, 10. So it was kind of a free-for-all at that point.
SpongeBob was the... Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe it was Herlock Sholmes has a pipe. Because that's just such a Sherlock Holmes thing, right?
Yeah, that's like part of the character's deal. You can't really get rid of that.
But my favorite is when SpongeBob has a pipe, but it blows bubbles. That's my favorite.
Or he's like taking a break outside and he just blows bubble.
Yeah, it's so funny. You have a very poor memory? Sometimes. Could just watch cartoons. I remember watching a lot of cartoons with you, Microwave Tree, but it was definitely like the kid ones. You know, like the Backyardigans was the vibe, man. Backyardigans, so good. Chef's kiss.
Oh god. So I have a little story to share. Very, very brief. I definitely watched a lot of kids' cartoons too.
You were older than that, Microwave Tree. You were older than that.
Dude. You had to be.
I'm gonna have to look up where this show came out, but continue.
I grew up watching so many of the shows my brother watched. And one of the things he loved to watch was Franklin, like Franklin the Turtle. They had a TV show that ran. He loved the books, he loved the show, and we'd watch it together. And there were times where I'm just like, I'm by myself, I got the TV to myself, and I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I want to watch reruns of Franklin. It was a decent show. So I think I was in like high school at this point. I'm just kind of vibing on the couch. I'm watching like the episode where Franklin's friends are avoiding him or whatever. And my dad comes in and he's like, you're not actually watching this, are you? And I'm like,
it's a good show though.
I am. And he's like, but why? This is one of your brother's shows. I'm like, I'm bored and I wanted to.
Seriously though, the amount of times that I'd be like home alone. I'm an only child, and I would be home alone, and it's like on a Saturday or something, or I was sick, like I was sick from school or something, and so like what shows are on? But like the kids shows,
it's all
right?
The kids cartoons.
And so it's like, yeah, man, I'm watching reruns of Backyardigans.
The days of Netflix and
all
the streaming services.
Hell yeah, I'm watching Backyardigans and
have those
it was the Wonder Pets.
It was the Dark Ages.
So good. So good. We're the Backyardigans. Wonder Pets was good, yeah. Oh, so
like,
good.
Even Super Y.
Super Y, Word Girl.
So like,
see, those I didn't watch on my own time.
The
big ones were.
My dad had no ground to stand on because he watched Word Girl on his own, no prompting.
Okay, my favorite thing.
But there's a story to it, and there's a plot. Hey, but it's a kid's show, so where'd the logic
go? Good night,
go?
Mason.
Good night, Mason.
That's so funny. My favorite thing.
The double standard, I swear.
My favorite thing is when... So my mom was never really interested in, like, actually paying attention to the shows, but my dad definitely would, like, pay attention. Whether he's, like, interested or not, like, I get that from him, because I would do that for my grandmother would watch, like, daytime television soap operas, and I'm like listening, and it's like, why? Just say something. I hate it. It's so annoying. But my dad would do that, and my favorite memory is I was watching Victor and Valentino, And there was like this whole episode, and Victor's just like, yes, the pig fat. You need it for the tacos. And it's like this whole, and he kept saying pig fat. And my father's just like walking around doing other stuff. And then that night at dinner, I'm pretty sure we had like tacos or something. And my mom was like talking about like how she made it or whatever. And my dad's like, yes, with the pig fat. And Victor's like, and I like died laughing because I didn't think he had been paying attention. But it was such a specific reference that the only possible way that it would have worked was that he is so real for that.
He really is.
He's the realest. Jesus. It's so good.
What was your mom's reaction to that?
She had no idea what was going on as I'm like dying on the ground.
Oh, to be a fly on the wall of that scenario.
It was so funny. Yeah, my dad watched a lot of Lilo and Stitch. My dad loved Kim Possible. Oh my god, he can quote Kim Possible like there's no tomorrow. It's so good. That's the big one I remember him watching. Lilo and Stitch, because he could do Jumba's voice. So my dad actually has taken voice acting classes in his life. He debated at one point being like a radio talk show host. And thus he can mimic a lot of voices pretty well. So he did like Victor's voice like incredibly on point. It was wild. But he can also do like Jumba from Lilo and Stitch and Gantu, and he can also do like God. I'm blanking. I'm really upset. Principal Barkin from Kim Possible. So
oh, but that's a fun one.
It's so fun. But so
who does the voice?
A lot of the episodes that are his favorites have Barkin in them. One of the great ones is the who knew that the world's worst squirrel call would be the world's best mutant wiener dog call. Oh my god, so good. So funny.
Patrick Warburton.
Yes. So yeah.
Just a fun voice to imitate.
It's so good. It's okay. There's like two options of voice actors, right? And there's no in between that are like really, really stand out. You have either this person does this one voice and that's it, but it's really recognizable and really good for all the characters they voice. Yeah, Zuko, Robin, Patrick Warburton, fucking Iago's voice actor that I'm blanking on.
Oh, not Jeffrey. Oh God. Why am I forgetting
him. You know, definitely like
to the internet.
This is the voice.
Gilbert Gottfried.
Thank you, Gilbert Gottfried.
Jesus,
that like this is the one voice that they do, right? But every character they do with it is great. Joe from Family Guy, yeah. And it's just like this is just that person's like one voice that they do, right?
Very iconic.
And then the other option is, wait, hold on, this is voiced by the same person. Wait, that's the same person. Wait, hold up, that's the same person.
That's your Grey Griffin, your Tara Strong, your
yeah, exactly. It's like, wait, what? These are the same person? Wild.
Freaking wild.
Okay. So we have, Mars, give me Sad Milano. What do you think from Sad Milano, huh?
So
Ferrex is the ugly crier, but let's talk about Sad
Milano.
Milano.
The ugly crier. I feel like Milano is slow to get started with crying. Like a couple tears will escape and he'll be like trying to hold them back, but then when they start growing, like he loses the battle.
Okay.
That's what I'm envisioning. Have fun typing that.
I'm literally just gonna look up crying art pose and see what happens.
Or like holding back tears. I feel like he starts off that way because he's like, I have an image to maintain. I'm the leader. I must be strong. But like, he's gonna break down, and you see it coming. Like you've seen it on people before. The lip quivers as they're talking, their voice starts shaking even more, even as they're trying to keep it together. Like you could see how much they're trying to keep it together, but you see how much they're falling apart in the moment as they try. That's how I imagine Milano.
Okay, okay. I'm going down the Pinterest rabbit hole to find what I'm looking for.
But yeah, Ferrex is definitely the ugly crier.
Oh, yeah.
I love that Link Click committed to making the main characters ugly criers.
Yes,
Like,
it's
don't get
so
me wrong,
good, though.
the pretty criers are also very nice. We love our pretty boys, our pretty girls. But the ugly crier just hits so different. It's just so raw.
I love when he just stops, though.
Oh, yeah, that
was so good. That one got me every time.
That was a good fake out. I gotta admit, that was so well done. They had me in the first half, not gonna lie.
I was copium the whole time. I was copium. I'm like, there's no way.
When they did the reveal and I was like, oh, okay, maybe this is what the whole season is about. Like, screw the timeline. But then they went another round. I'm like, oh, this is good too.
Okay. I know this person has sad ones.
Gotta find a reference for the reference.
Gotta find a good,
important.
like a good jumping off point, right? Sometimes you just gotta find one that's like, okay, this is that's okay. There it is.
Good base. A good base to get started.
A good base. Just a good, like, second. A good little moment. Okay. Now the last thing is trying to make it not exactly the same as these. We'll face him the other way. So this is something I'm thinking about while doing this. Because of how I want this to be specifically aesthetic, I want that these don't all look identical. So I have him tilting left here, I have him kind of straight on tilting right here. This one I'm going to have him looking to the right because I want to change it up. If I do it too much in one direction, they all just kind of look samey. They all kind of feel samey. They don't feel balanced. And I definitely want them to feel, varied, variety. Because we're going for that aesthetic look to it all.
'Tis the spice of life, after all.
Just things I'm thinking about. Okay.
Ooh. Nicole, congrats on getting it right.
Yeah. All
I
right.
see a bright green check mark there. Congrats, congrats.
Okay. I don't want to lean him that too much into profile. It's all a balance. Okay, guys, this is a really cool technique that I literally like just learned. Like I watched one short or something. I was like, wow, this is actually like really helpful. And it's that your head isn't a full circle. It's flat on the sides. So adding this like flat on the sides bit really helps bring a slightly more realistic jawline than just bringing it from like the edge of the circle. If that made any sense.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Never would have thought that.
So that's a new thing I've literally like past couple weeks started doing. Because it's good. It's good stuff. Because it's like that's where your jaw connects and everything, but the side of your face, I mean when you like think about your actual face, it is flat on the sides, you know? You're not like an orb. That's what your temples are and everything.
That's a fair point. It's one of those things you just think about, but the more you do, you're like, oh yeah, that does check out.
Exactly.
Oh, very true. Oh. Mm. I am hungry.
You know how face structure works, but it's always hard to get it right, and you know, something just ain't right. Are you flipping your canvas, Nicole? Also, you saw me do it briefly before, but when something is like in profile, like full profile, your head is also not an orb. So like the anime technique is you're actually drawing like a second offset circle because your head isn't perfectly round, right? It's not like one big circle. It's kind of longer in the back because you got a brain back there. So that's another newer thing I've been doing as well. That one's less new than the other thing, though. All right, I'm very happy with this sheet, though.
That's interesting.
I mean,
I've never tried
looked
to
like
make
you'd
one
struggled,
play,
but
though.
I'll have to look closer. I am by no means a guru. But
You're
I'm
not?
curious now. No, I'm not. But yeah, the thing I definitely learned a lot was that this flat of the head thing. That like really blew my mind, and I was like, oh, and then immediately like automatic improvement for me personally. I was just like, oh wow, every angle of the head is way easier now. I also don't know what happened, but at one point I learned how to draw the up-looking angle where you show the chin, like the underneath of your chin. And I don't know how I did that, but that just sort of clicked one day. Don't know what happened there.
Of a meme I have been meaning to send you for so long.
Because you tend to, I mean, it makes sense.
Or I
Nicole.
will do
Makes
later
sense.
because apparently Instagram just shit its own pants.
Oh no.
What is with technology tonight? Wow. Okay. Instagram's having a time. I'll send it to you later, I suppose. Now I gotta actually remember. Shit.
Oh no.
That's not good.
I'll try to remind you at the end. So what triggered it? It just sort of clicked. I think that was the triggering thing.
What was the triggering thing?
When I was like, oh, it just sort of clicked, and I don't know how, and I don't know why.
Oh, no. So what you reminded me of when you said you were doing an under the chin shot.
Oh, yeah?
It reminded me of a clip I saw going around where the audio is like, you can't take pictures from this angle.
Yes! I saved that! I've seen that! I've saved that!
Okay.
I saved that.
Someone did it with the Honkai rail characters, and then one of the like really pretty guys just like takes the undershot, and the person explained to him was like, because he's like gorgeous.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like yeah. Don't take pictures from a low angle. Everybody looks bad from a low angle. You gotta raise it up, and then it goes into like examples like, see, ugly, pretty, and then, like other character takes phone undershots,
like,
undershots, but it's definitely like that, like, you know, they're looking down on you kind of vibe, right? And then the other character like looks at the phone and is like, woo.
It's like, oh boy.
It also gives mild. Okay, did anybody ever watch How I Met Your Mother?
I've seen it in passing. Like an
So
episode
there's
here or
like
there.
one episode that I think is just really funny. Overall, the show kind of can be hit or miss, but there's one episode. I think Barney's character has his funny moments, right? Overall, part of his characterization kind of cringe. Other parts of his characterization really funny. And the one funny one is there's a whole episode where it's like he can't take a bad picture. Right. And so the whole thing is that he is so photogenic that no matter what, he's always just, they take the picture and he's like in a suit with like his hand, like very like hand up, very posed, just like every single time. And the whole rest of the episode, or at least the B plot of the episode, I don't remember if there was an A plot or something, is just the characters trying to get him into scenarios where they can take a bad picture of him. So they're like, oh, he just wakes up in the morning, he's in pajamas, they take a picture. Nope, somehow in the picture, he's in a suit and he's posing. Oh, literally mid-sneeze, nope, in a suit, posing every single time. And that's just the vibe I get out of the meme that Mars was just talking about, of just like the, oh no, no matter what, good picture.
The horror.
Okay, Outcast in that meme, who's who?
I feel like
I
it
have
would be
two
Eric's
ideas.
trying to coach maybe Aster.
I'm thinking Aster, yeah. I think, because on top of that, you always see Aster from below.
Tall.
Yeah, exactly. Tall, you always see him from below.
I can also see this in Band AU.
Yeah.
Be like,
Ferrex is the
sitting near
selfie
the
king.
drums, and he's like, no, we gotta update our social media, but you want to do it like this. Ugly, pretty. And Aster's just like, click.
Click.
Done.
And Ferrex is like, oh,
And
wait.
Ferrex is like, le gasp.
Yeah, immediately I was like, ooh, I think it has to be Aster as the one taking the picture at the end.
I was about to ask, what were your other two ideas?
The other option was possibly it was Sinnit trying to help him out as being like just a nice bud, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But Ferrex is definitely the selfie kind of
I feel
king.
like Ferrex is more the vibe.
Final option is it's Ferrex to Milano though, just because that's funny, and I can see Milano being not like one being like just being like, naturally photogenic.
Sir, as the leader of the band, you're the face.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta take good selfies.
Yeah, and then Ferrex learning he can't take a bad selfie.
Milano like, I don't know, man. It's a gift.
Exactly. Because I could definitely beat Ferrex like
like lovey-dovey in the corner, like, yep, nope, he can't take a bad picture. I have the receipts to prove it. Ferrex is just like, oh, shut up.
Ferrex is like, go away. You weren't invited. Leave. No, Ferrex, nobody invited you. Milano, I invited him. Shut up. Such an interaction.
That canon.
Yeah, literally canon. Nobody invited you. I invited him. Shut up.
I invited him. Shut up. I definitely imagine Hotzen being more smitten in the AUs, for sure.
Oh, 100%.
He gives me the impression that he's the type to fall hard and fall fast.
Oh, yeah. He has a lot more other stuff going on in the main comic that can kind of be avoided in most scenarios in the AUs, because they're not the focus, unlike it's the focus in Outcast, right? So I feel like he thus can't be...
He's trying to get away from his abusive boyfriend.
Yeah, I mean, you know...
Oops.
Everett is not great in the comic, but we really kick him down in the AU.
Ham it up in the AU.
You know, when it's a manipulative character, they're fun to write, they're fun to draw. Speaking of AUs, Band AU is nearly half flatted for the characters.
We're so close, you guys.
I wouldn't say that, but I do need to get it finished for a deadline, so it is happening. So that's fun. I actually am getting a dedicated time to work on it because our friends over at Hans Have Elven, they are now doing this thing. It's called like it's called Creative Sprint. And basically you're just like co-working, and it's like 25 minutes of just like work, and then like 5 minutes of just like chat for a minute, and then work, and you do like 4 of them. So it's like 9 to 11 EDT. And I did it yesterday. It's every other Monday, I think it is. And I did it yesterday, and I got a ton of panels colored. So it's like, I think that's gonna just be like my dedicated work on the AU comic time, and we'll get through it, you know?
Oh, that worked out very nicely.
Indeed. Because that needs to get posted so that the other stuff can get posted. Hiatus is coming up swiftly. One of the funny things to mention in like so this is an interesting little thing that's a subtle thing that I would, if this was like a utility first reference thing that I might want to mention, but depending on Milano's head angle sometimes, and this happens with Hotsun too because he has the similar bangs, sometimes I draw his bangs swoop the other way. If his head is angled a lot this way, I find it just looks weird if his bangs swoop this way. And since he's a cartoon character, I can break physics a little bit.
There we go.
But his head is not swooped enough, turned enough for me to want to do that here. I checked.
Shame.
Yeah. It will happen here in this one.
Gotta say, they're really coming out good tonight.
I'm having a good time.
And you weren't sure about the sad Mullen.
I literally have never drawn him sad, Mars.
Well, I know that.
It's certainly a test.
Eventually.
Oh yeah. Well. Now rest and be one with the pillow. Get that well-deserved sleep.
I cannot wait to be one with my pillow tonight. Especially because I have more interviews tomorrow.
Oh, good luck.
Thank you.
My doggo comes over tomorrow.
Yay!
Yes, and hopefully she'll be a little better about peeing, because it turned out she had a bladder infection. And we're now on...
that would definitely do it.
We're now on medication, and she's supposedly been a lot better. She's not drinking as much water, and thus not needing to pee like way too much freaking water every hour. Should be better.
Good.
Should be better.
I'm hopeful for you this weekend.
Yep. She's actually, Microwave Cheese, she's actually doing very well. Besides this bladder, and so she has the UTI, but it, easy to clear up. We got antibiotics for it, already being better. And she has like a little like a wart on her cheek that she keeps opening up because she likes to scratch her face on the carpet. And apparently it did get a little infected. So we have like ointment and stuff doing for that. But she went to the vet just for like a routine checkup, and she got blood work done and everything. And the vet was like, wow, for a 16-year-old dog, I wish all dogs were this healthy. She's great.
That's a clean bill of health right there.
You scroll down, and the comments from the last video are bug watching Comic Corner. I'm glitching, Oscar. It is good, Microwave. She's doing very well. I don't know. My brain's glitching now too.
A little confused.
I think we're all just glitching out.
I need sleep and food.
Ooh, I made burgers tonight. They were very good. We ran out of ketchup though.
Ah, man, that's the worst.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. So Mars,
Yeah.
I made omurice because I was craving it after watching Windbreaker. And
I bet.
I was craving it so bad. And we had like all like really good ingredients for it, and I was just like, okay. And that needs ketchup, so that's why we ran out of ketchup. We had less ketchup than I thought we did.
That would do
but,
it, okay.
Then I watched. It had to be Okairi Tadaima Okairi today. I watched, and they also ate omurice. And I was like, oh,
it's an omurice themed day.
It's just an omurice themed day. Smell food, but there's no food in the snow. Somebody ate it, Oscar. You gotta go track them down.
You gotta get them. That's
you gotta
not
get
allowed.
them. All right. What are little notes I would add to Milano's thing? Probably about he only has 4 shoulder spikies. Probably about his teeth being roughly the similar shape instead of being very, different, like fangs and not fangs. Go hunt, go hunt.
Go hunt. We wish you
I'd
luck.
probably mention about his hair swoopy. I think that's all the things that I would really be like, these are important.
I mean, those do seem pretty
Now you want to have omurice? It's, it was just like, I was craving, like, I didn't know what I was going to make for dinner last night. And then I watched Windbreaker, and I was just like, yeah, let's make omurice. I want it.
Eat a lot of omurice in that show.
So good. Yeah, he does. And it's so good. And I was like, we got some Spam left over, but it's not easily divisible by 3. And we have shiitake mushrooms and shishito peppers. And I have some onion and garlic left over. I'm like, all right, we'll make omurice. And it was so good. Oh, put some cheese in there. Oh, so good. It's so good. Okay, this is the hard part though, Mars. The face. This is the sticky wicket. This is the make or break. So sometimes when I'm trying to figure out expressions, I like to draw the eyes as pretty neutral first. Just sort of get an idea of where his expression lies. And then I draw the new eyes, sort of the actual expression eyes, over them.
Oh, that's how it goes.
Because it allows you to get sort of like an idea of like, this is where his eyes sit. This is where they would close to, all this sort of stuff. So I do highly recommend for that. So now that I kind of have that laid out, we can go in with maybe a little more refined brush this time. So I sort of have, the one I was looking at has more of that expression. But do I want that?
That is the ultimate question.
It's more like... Ooh, okay, I kind of like that one. Yeah, they say brekkie. Yeah, brekkie. Australians like to shorten a lot of words, I find.
I think it's cool. I wish we had nicknames for words like that.
Do we have nicknames?
I'm sure we do.
Words?
They're just not coming to mind.
I'm just trying to think of, like... We don't cutify a lot of things in American English, I don't find.
We really don't. That's the sad part.
I find that we definitely... Yeah, we don't do the little, like, E's, blanky.
No, we really don't.
Out of here. Well, yeah. Get out of here. Forget about it.
Honestly, I feel like if we added E's and made everything so sounding, people would be up in arms.
Yeah, they really would. Americans are hot-headed and angry and rude.
How dare you make my words sound cute?
Yeah. They also call it the dunny sometimes instead of like the potty.
Oh, there was a whole Bluey episode.
Oh yes, this is how I know about Brekkie. Okay, this will be interesting. I feel like the rest of the face has to help pull this expression off exactly how I want it.
This, guys, completely off topic, but this is the problem when you're friends with so many people or following so many people that just graduated is can't remember who I sent congratulatory messages to already on their posts. So I'm just like scrolling through trying to make sure I'm not double posting congratulations like a dumbass.
Mars needs a spreadsheet.
I really do. Or I need to not be doing this late at night.
Yeah, that might also help a little bit.
That's an option.
Do the Bronx
like,
accent?
You know I'm not gonna take it.
I don't know a Bronx accent. It's the Brooklyn accent. Forget about it. I'm walking here. That's the Brooklyn accent. Hey.
That's like classic.
I'm walking here. Forget about it. Mutz. Gabagool. Dylan does a much better one. Literally watches.
I mean,
Trillo.
we all
ears.
Heard Trillo.
Are you happy and you know it? Here's your ears.
Woohoo!
You get to be here for me crying, Milano. Yeah, Gabagool. For whatever reason, there's a Gabagool. Is how, like, New York Italians say Capicolo for whatever reason. Yeah, the perfect time dichotomy.
So specific.
Yeah. It's the one that's like constantly touted as like one of the weirdest like how did we get here ones.
Mm-hmm. How did we get here?
Yeah. Capicolo is a Italian sausage, like lunch meat. Okay, Mars, is this kind of what you were envisioning?
Ooh, yeah, the wide eyes as they just fill with tears, because like your eyes do go wider as you're trying to hold them back.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know
look, you're trying to dry them out.
That's the moment. Yup. You stare at the ceiling and you're just like, dry up, dry up, dry up, dry up.
Yep.
Yep. I would say this is very on point, Ori.
All right. I'm glad I could make it work. Ooh, we'll add a little bit of a chin scrunch in there. I feel like that adds to it.
Yes,
Ooh, maybe a little.
You gotta have the chin and the forehead scrunchies. If there are no scrunchies, he's not struggling.
We have the forehead scrunchies. But
gotta struggle. He's on the struggle bus right now.
Defense attorneys in the ceiling vents. That is certainly a pitch, Pastry Puff.
That is interesting.
That's a ride. I really want to finish this. We have to wrap up soon. Oh. His eye was too cross-eyed. Now it's not cross-eyed enough.
Just be careful.
Okay, there we go. You didn't know they were Italian at first? Yeah, there's a lot of weird accents. Good night, Microwave Tree. Thank you. I mean, we'll be heading off soon, very soon. Less than 10 minutes. Can't wait for your art fight.
Please keep me up to date.
I wish,
so
Oscar.
To see everybody's.
Yeah, guys, join art fight. It's really cool. It's really fun. If you want me to draw your OCs, basically draw my OCs for art fight. That's the best way to get it. Yeah, Microwave, and I'll be revenging. I feel like it's Wednesday, but is Sad Monday? I don't know. Oh, what really? Day? Yes, Dichotomy. Yes. That's how you do it. I feel like I want him to grit his teeth a little more. We're not gonna delete it.
Well, he does have those fangies, so.
But I feel like he would be a little more like angry at himself, right?
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
So I feel like I need a little more grit in there than sort of just like the. Ooh, there it is. There it is. Whew!
There we go.
Kiss,
there we go.
Kiss, fall in love.
That's what I was envisioning.
Oh, he's so good. Oh, it's so beautiful. Look, Pastry Puff, look at my beautiful boy as he cries. Cry. I just know Pastry Puff is always like, oh yes, look at, I love my lovely boy, make him suffer.
No, that's PCM.
No. Pastry Puff thinks it's funny when we say that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, PCM's the one that also is like, yes, here's my lovely child, make her suffer.
Kindred spirits.
Yes, Oscar, it is very enjoyable, I find, and I think a lot of artists and writers agree, to put your OCs through it sometimes, because, at least in my opinion, and I think probably Mars's opinion, because you know they can get out of it, you know their life at the end of the tunnel is happy, you know, for me, it's like, you know, it all paid off, right? They're not like, it's not unknown if they're gonna get through it.
This is the climax before the good ending.
Yeah, exactly. All right, there we are. Lovely start.
We got so much done tonight.
We did get so much done tonight. I did actually get a lot of stuff done tonight. I'm gonna say, guys, Comic Corner is gonna be basically this without the intro bit for a while, because I want to get these done for
This is definitely a priority.
I want to get these done for Art Fight. I'm honestly having a really fun time. And I don't really need the time to work on the actual comic because I'm in a pretty good spot right now, if I'm being honest. So we're good. You hear that voice? You know that voice? Writer, because only a writer talks like that. And artists, Pastry Puff. And artists. All right. Well, thank you all. Where's my thing? Mouse? I turned it off because I'm a dumb. Ending. Hello! Thank you. Whoops, I already messed it up. There we go. Back to it. Hello!
Okay, there we go.
Thank you for joining us on stream. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you to our lovely YouTube channel members on the screen there. Lovely supporters.
So much for joining.
Thanks for hanging out.
All of you.
I hope you all enjoyed doing reference sheet stuff. Like I said, we'll be doing lots of. You do know that guy. You know that other guy too.
Tonight.
Yeah, I hope that the effort put into this night's Comic Corner was at least intriguing, because I felt a little more qualified about this. But have a lovely night. Good day to Nicole. And we'll see you all on Thursday for Leshy puns. You won't want to miss it. There's two fun Leshy puns.
Guys. I am looking forward to it.
Mine I made up is the Sasquatch. And the one Dylan made up is Leif Erikson. And so they're both lovely Leshy puns that we're going to make into little Leshies on Thursday. So you won't want to miss that. You won't want to miss a chance to throw your own Leshy puns into the ring. And yeah, have a lovely day, and we'll see you all Thursday. Good night.
We'll see you on Thursday, you guys. Take care and have a good one.